Yeah, welcome. That was the official start of Nonsensical Nonsense. What's going on, everybody? I'm Glick. We got Tony D in the building. We got Jeffrey in the building, like always. Hopefully, you guys are having a good week so far. Happy hump day, motherfuckers. If you're not already, go ahead and check us out on all them social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Don't forget you can join us live every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday right here on YouTube and Twitch at 6 p.m. You can come in and hang out in the chatter's box, shoot your shit with us, all that fun jazz. And if you can't join us live, don't worry. Your boys got you covered. You can listen to us anytime, any place, on Spotify, and everywhere you listen to podcasts at. So do yourselves a favor. Go give us a follow. Give us a like. Give us a share. And for the love of God, do not forget to turn on your notifications so you know what we do when we do how we do, baby. You don't like my Biggie impersonation, Tony?
You're not Biggie.
Well, I mean, you could give me some kind of moral support.
I have.
Good talking to you, Jeff. Good talking to you, Jeff. You know, the microphone usually works better if it's on, you big dummy.
Nice.
So Tony is taking the role of me of hitting the wrong button. Yeah, Tony's taking the role of me of hitting the wrong button and abruptly ending the show. You've now taken the role of the mime on the show and talking with your mic off, and I'm just greatness like always.
That's debatable.
I'm just saying.
That's high, as Tony just said. The world's greatest.
What's going on, Cam?
That's debatable. Highly
debatable.
I am actually genuinely excited for tonight's show, I gotta say. And I think I told everyone today. So no pressure, boys.
Just don't ask nothing stupid.
Who are you talking to? You know you're talking to Jeff, right? Have you met him?
I was like, Tony, is this your first show? 213 episodes. Come on, man.
Tony, do you like to introduce you to Jeff? He's the guy who likes to say incredibly stupid stuff, ask incredibly dumb questions, and also be incredibly racist and inappropriate at the wrong moment.
I'm not racist. I have a color.
I said hi, Mama Glick. I said hi.
I did too. And by the way, Joe, we're a minute late. Calm down.
We weren't even a minute late. It's 6 p.m. and we're live, and she's commenting on our live broadcast.
Yeah. Once again,
what do you think?
A live broadcast. You're commenting. Why are you late? Calm down.
What's going on, Chatter's Box? How you doing, Cam? How you doing, Joe? Welcome.
It's been a day, gentlemen. It's been a week so far.
Yeah.
I had a rough day today.
Tony's already exhausted.
I am.
What time are you finished?
I got a house full of teenagers.
I was done too, but it was just a tough day, and then that's stuff I needed to do after work too.
You start like stupid early though, right?
Yeah. I gotta get up at 4:30 to be to work on time.
Ew, gross.
I'm waking up.
I'm going to bed at that time.
I'm waking up at 4:30, rolling over, realizing that it's 4:30, and going, I can go back to sleep for another hour and some change. Not quite 2 hours.
You lie like rug, because I know what you do at 4 o'clock in the morning. You wake up and you go, damn it, I gotta piss again.
No, not at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh no, I do.
I can make it through the night without having to wake up, go potty.
It depends.
Jesus.
Podcast night.
People really say that?
Potty?
Mr. Ward, how you doing, sir?
What, saying potty?
Yes.
I say it all the time because mainly that's how we talk to the kids, and so it sticks.
Chris Ignition?
It sticks, and you end up using it and sounding like a goof. But yeah, I use it all the time. What do you say? I have to go to the restroom.
I gotta use the bathroom. I gotta pick a piss.
Sorry that I'm a little bit more professional than you.
Are you really?
I am. I literally say, excuse me, I must go use the facilities. Or I'll say,
I gotta go urinate, you some bitches. I gotta piss like a Russian racehorse on race day.
With a rubber truck, with a glue truck behind him.
Mm-hmm. Unbelievable.
What was it Cat Williams said? I gotta piss like a racehorse
over there,
Kentucky Derby with a glue
Watch
truck.
it. Easy. When you quote Cat Williams, easy.
I did. I made sure I picked
Tony
one
D.
reference.
Let him know.
Tony D. Hustling.
Oh my God! Tell me you want to
what's
shop
up,
like
Chris? What's up, man? Jesus Christ!
You two nervous jokers.
I love that video.
I'm trying to work on an interview with a rapper that's been out before. I talked to one of the guys I knew at work. I was playing some music in the background, and he heard it, and it's a rapper from Ohio. He said, "Well, he used to. The rapper stays not too far from where he has a relative at." I said, "Well, shit, I'd love to interview him one day. Tell him I said what's happening because I like this first album."
Who is it?
Oh, Ray Cash.
Never.
You've heard of him.
I probably have.
He's got a song called "Bumping My Music." It's phenomenal.
I said that one rapper from Ohio to Chris. He was like, "Really
bumping
my music,
bumping my music."
Is it on Spotify?
Like
bumping my music.
You know, 04, 05.
Is it on Spotify?
Yeah.
What's going on, Joe Ward? Sorry about that, buddy. I hate Facebook and the fact that it doesn't say who comments.
I hate you. Understand. I can play a little bit of it.
Yes, it's Ray Cash featuring Scarface.
Yeah. I can play a little bit of it and not get flagged. So.
No, it's not.
I don't. Shut up, Jeff.
I know how to not get flagged.
I would like to discover it in my own sweet time.
Here it is.
It looks like Chris's apartment.
Let me see.
It's laid on the floor.
What?
You know that song? You never heard that?
No.
It sounds vaguely familiar.
You gotta go to like 0405.
Where's he? Yeah.
It looks like 0405 though.
Oh, absolutely, Joe.
Something. If you had System, oh man.
Oh yeah. I bet.
Absolutely, Joe. That would be.
You gotta get on this one day. Just
turn this.
I'll check that out.
Down. Now I can see the Facebook
go ahead
comments.
and check it. He had that.
Where's he from in Ohio?
My Own Mind. Great song. Kind of raw, very pimpish, but I thought it was dope. I really did.
Where's he from in Ohio? Do you know?
I think Cleveland.
I wonder if my buddy would know who he is. He's in the kind of sort of in the rap game, but he's from Columbus area.
If he's in the rap game and he was in Ohio,
like a really young
he knows Bone Thugs Harmony, all them boys.
Well, I mean, even I know.
Oh, dude's got 3 singles, or 2 singles and 2 albums out.
2 albums, 2 singles. The 2 singles were pretty good singles to me. I had his CD. His CD was actually great. I played it a couple times. You know, when I did my road trips, I would just let the CDs play. And if you catch me in the first impression, I got to give you a pop. And it was good. He came out around the same time he and Sean came out. And I thought both of them had good CDs. It just didn't get enough airplay.
I'll check that out. I have my homework cut out for me.
Check it out.
Thank you.
Check out my melody.
You know.
Whoop, whoop. That is the sound of the police.
No.
Yes.
Oh my God, we're here.
We're doing a remake, Tony D.
No. Hell no.
Come on, man. We could remake a bunch of rap songs.
Have to go.
I love it when they call me Big Papa.
Hell no.
I
need an around the world.
I never knew about that until I saw the movie. I never heard about that song until I saw the movie, and I was like, I kind of like this song.
California love.
I dropped my damn season in your face.
As soon as I step on the scene, bitches be screaming.
This is exactly what I was doing on TikTok that you made fun of me. Because I was reading it like spoken word poetry, and you were like,
yeah, but I'm doing it. I'm doing rap as a white guy. I'm being white.
I know.
You're just.
I did a rap song.
You're just Jeff.
I did WAP as word poetry. Oh, I get it. Since it's just because it's just Jeff. No matter what I do, it's not cool, right?
Yeah, it's not cool.
I get it.
Sorry,
That's
man.
how you are.
I don't make the rules. You know, I just play the
Understood. No, understood. 100% understood. You know, don't hate the player, hate the game. I get it.
Play your role. The inappropriate racist guy. Shut up and play your role.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, sorry, I forgot.
Yeah,
I have to get.
I'm the funny
I have
guy.
to get my worst racist in America outfit.
I'm the funny guy.
Can't see shit out of this
Tony. Oh shit! I ripped mine.
I swear to God, dude, I was on TikTok last night. That clip came up. I fucking sat there and laughed my ass off for 20 minutes. I can't see shit out of this thing. Well, fine. I'm not saying we don't appreciate it. No, I don't have another bag. This is the last time you asked one of mine to help you guys out. It's so fucked up. Look, Tony doesn't want to laugh. Look at him. He doesn't want to laugh, but he can't help it.
Again,
Because
Tony's role on the show is a super serious one. he can't.
He said, "I can't see shit out of this thing."
Don Johnson
walk
sitting on
into a
that
wall,
horse.
motherfucker.
It's like he's trying to fix his eye holes. I can't see shit out. Oh. Sorry, I had to go racist.
Oh, imagine that.
Yeah, go fix it.
Asshole.
I was listening to one of the many episodes where both Tony and I told you repeatedly to stop talking, and you just kept digging your
Hey,
today.
half shovel will travel. What can I say?
Both Tony and I like, Jeff, yeah, and we finally just gave up and just started talking to ourselves, going, yeah, you know, he's not going to stop. He's just going to keep talking. He's just going to keep going. You know?
I'll just stay out of it.
Well, yeah, this motherfucker just never shuts up. Like, quit while you're ahead, goddammit.
Once again, is this your first day?
Yeah. Mute his mic. Oh, wait, shit, he can unmute his goddamn mic.
I do have a question for you, Chris.
No.
And Tony, this question is not for you. But Chris, do you like booties? When you look at a woman, answer the question. Yes or no?
I'm leaning off camera. I ain't got time for this shit.
Yeah, I know. I'm walking into a setup.
No. This is not a setup, I promise. I swear.
I have never been much of an ass man until recently.
Because your woman got a booty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Apparently, it is now deemed racist if you're a white guy and you like the booty.
It's racist if you're white and you like the booty? Is it
Yeah,
cultural
because-
appropriation?
Yeah, because it's technically a black guy thing. I saw that today.
Wait a
and I
minute.
was
Why
like,
don't we
really?
ask Tony that question?
Well, the reason why I didn't ask Tony is because Tony's
No, I
already
mean,
black,
is it-
so
is-
of
I
course he
mean-
liked the booty, right?
Maybe he doesn't. You can't speak for that,
But
man.
So
Black folks
once
and white
again,
folks
that makes
don't
me
hang out.
super
You hear this
racist
shit,
because my
man?
wife's got a beautiful booty.
You can't speak for that man. You don't know if he likes booties or not. He may be a tit man.
I'm a breast man.
See?
But you like the
Can't
booty
turn
too.
down the booty, but I'm a breast man. Booty stink.
Exactly.
Hey.
That was me. Yeah. like
Hey,
I can appreciate
I'm like
it good.
Shaft. I'm like
But-
Shaft.
I wasn't
That's
obsessed
my
with
dude.
one until recently. Yeah,
No,
that though.
you know what?
Now I
I
understand.
100% agree with you.
Now I
100%
understand.
agree with you. Before I met my wife, I was like, yeah, take it or leave it. I met my wife and I was like, yeah, I kind of like the booty.
I still prefer the breasticles, but you know, I've learned to appreciate
no,
a nice,
Well, it all
a
comes
nice
down
swolled
to
up booty.
it all comes down to one thing. I'm not going to say no.
Tony's like, I'm not having any part of this fucking bullshit. Well, as we learned this weekend, Tony has to mind his P's and Q's.
That's right. Behave, young man.
Behave, Tony T. Or else.
Same
Finger
shit.
wagging will commence. No.
My wife being part Italian, she does one of these. She doesn't finger wag. She does this.
You're part Italian?
Yeah.
Oh, you a dead motherfucker.
You're right. Latin, half Italian.
Half Latin, half Latino.
Every day.
Good. So she's half woman, half man, like
No.
because
No,
there's
she's
Latina
half
and
man.
Latinos.
Yeah.
Latinos
That
are
makes her
male.
full
Latinas.
crazy.
What he has
She's
is
full
somebody who's gonna
crazy.
put his ass in check. He has somebody who's gonna straighten him the fuck out. That's what we meant.
One way or another, she will straighten me out.
Exactly.
First, she'll yell at me and
Well,
do this, and then when I don't listen, she pump me in the face. Just pow.
She hit him with the chuckler.
Mm-hmm.
From 3 states away.
Oh, that woman used that shit like a boomerang.
Is she fucking Crocodile Dundee now? Or is she part Australian too?
You never know. My mother-in-law.
ocean.
I've seen my mother-in-law whip a chancla across the room at her kids. And I love to watch. I'm just like, because you can see her. She slowly start lifting her foot and slide that chunk off, and boop, 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 black. I keep telling her I'm going to build me a firing range just so she can practice. Break bottles across the yard.
You'll miss. You better put your face on the target. I bet you she make them all.
No, it's usually the kids. It's never been me.
I could have swore I just heard one of my kids yell, I'm making rice, but they made tacos for dinner.
I heard that.
Yeah, what's the point? Rice
I'm
is
just
a
trying to figure out what the
huge
fuck's going on.
staple of Mexican culture.
Plus, I have a house
Rice-
full of
rice
teenagers. The
is
boyfriend's
not-
here.
Oh,
Yeah.
The boyfriend's here.
Bring
The
him
best
on.
friend's here.
bring him on.
He looks like a
Get-
fucking ginger Morgan Wallen right now. Apparently, they listen. He looks like a ginger Morgan Wallen. Hey, Ginger Wallen, come here. Look at this goofy bastard.
Get your mean face on, Tony.
Where's Ginger Wallen?
He's coming. He's right there.
We got any old Ginger Wallen in the house.
Just remember,
What's up? How you doing?
whatever you do to her, we do to you.
I'm glad I got called in here.
He's all excited about that stuff.
Oh, that figures. She dancing.
Yeah, she always dances with Tony.
You always
Don't you
dance.
ever see it?
That's our hello.
They got
I
their
do.
own
I
dance.
just, you guys are dorks.
Yeah.
Listen,
They dance together.
Kids love me, all right? Kids love me.
Yeah.
Get them.
They have their like
That's 'cause
every
you're as old
episode.
as Santa Claus. Uh-huh. See? At least you what?
You always got to give kids gifts. Give them gifts, give them candy, let them be themselves. They'll love you.
Yeah, that's
Be
called
careful,
grooming.
Tony. Be careful, Tony.
That's called grooming.
God damn it. Tony, I tried to help you, Tony.
You just look how blade propeller. I'm gonna walk into that. Let's give
Listen, the ice cream truck comes, let them go. Arcade, let them go. Toys every now and then,
Oh,
let them be.
100%.
When they're home,
No.
you let them,
That
you
I
let them
agree.
eat.
Yeah.
They'll sit on the couch, watch TV all day. All you gotta do is sit back. You ain't gotta do nothing. Just let them be themselves. They love it.
No, that's called dadding. That's called dadding.
That's daddy, uncle.
Dad
That's
101.
daddy and uncle.
Dadding 101
Yes.
is let the
That's
kids do what they want. You know,
Let
let
the
them
kids
pull that
be
TV on
themselves.
top of himself.
Let them
It's
be
1975.
themselves.
Let them drop that 500-pound TV on themselves. They'll only do it once.
That's it. They will sit there and watch TV, eat candy, and be full, go to sleep right there. You ain't got to bother them for nothing. They just comfortable. Leave them alone.
100%.
Y'all all right? All right, see y'all later. Y'all all right? See y'all later. That's all they want.
Exactly. Check on every 20 minutes. See,
That's
everybody
it.
still breathing? All right, I
That's
gotta go.
it. They
I
get
got a
the
beer in the other room.
She ain't gonna go beat them. I ain't gotta do nothing. They heard me. They know I hear them. They're gonna change their ways. Watch. 5 minutes later, everybody's happy. Leave them alone.
Shit, with my kids, I don't even have to go check on them every 20 minutes.
No, you can hear
Because
them.
I can hear them the whole time.
You can hear them. Hell yeah.
when they get quiet, it's either when they get quiet, it's like, well, they're either asleep or one's dead. And at this point, Meatloaf said 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Hey, exactly. I love that song,
So,
by the way.
or as Ivan Drago said, if he dies, he dies.
He dies.
Hey, I had 3. I got 2 left. I'm doing pretty goddamn good at this dad thing, all right?
Exactly.
I mean, it's not like I'm Casey Anthony out here.
I cocked that up to a whip. 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3. I'm batting over 500 here.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day,
It's not like I'm over like Casey Anthony.
I'll take your references correct. I don't know.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Have you really been living under a rock?
No, I don't pay
Like one of the biggest news stories.
Anything sports related, I ignore.
It's not sports related. There's a chick down in Florida that got away with murdering her little daughter.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. You said batting.
Yeah, like had Google.
Oh, South Carolina.
No, it's Florida.
It was Florida. I do remember that because the first thing I was like, oh yeah, it's Florida. I get it. They're not too bright. I understand.
Florida. Excuse me. Correction. Sorry. I spoke wrong. Florida. Where the Floridians live.
You said it, Florida. I didn't. You said what?
I've been saying that shit forever.
Yeah. When have we never not picked on Florida?
Golf Hawk, what's good?
Way to feed the stereotype, Golf Hawk. Way to fuel Jeff's fire, Golf Hawk. Thanks, buddy.
Vindicated. Thank you, Golf. Vindicated.
I like with pinches in the hair, bamboo earrings, at least 2 pair. Fendi bag and a bad attitude. That's all I need to get me in a good mood. She can walk with a switch and talk with street slang. Love it when I see a lady doing a thing. Standing at the bus stop sucking on a lollipop. LL Cool J, round the way girl.
I need it around the way, girl. Oh, sorry. I thought we were singing. I thought we were singing along.
Hey,
Sorry,
boys. Look what I got here. Hey, where are the white women at?
Glick and Tony sing that. Glick and Tony sing that. That's who sings it, Joe. So shut your fucking mouth.
I see. I saw you sidestep my trap.
I said so. What the hell? Did you start speaking Chinese?
I said I saw how you sidestepped my trap.
I see so.
The alcohol's catching up already.
Shut up, Golf. You missed what I did earlier.
Day, I made my drink super strong.
So voicing a classic rap song. Yeah, I did do that crazy shit.
You just let us do our renditions of classic rap songs and leave us alone, all right?
Your renditions are horrifying.
Woo woo. That's the sound of the police.
Woo woo. That's the sound.
I refuse to manage Malibu's Most Wanted up here.
Woo woo woo. Hit him with the Zack
I
Ryder
fucking love
one.
that movie. Holy shit. I forgot about that movie. Jesus.
That is a fantastic movie.
I love me some Anthony Anderson. That dude cracked me up.
I refuse to manage this shit. No.
Get into your character.
Them fools were walking so hard. They were walking so hard through that mall. I was dying.
You validate parking.
We from the boo, baby. I'm like, the what? Put some mayonnaise on it, Glick. Golly.
Mayonnaise on it. Oh.
Oh, put some mayonnaise on it, Glick. Hey, you know what I do? I love it when they call me Big Papa.
No, God, no.
Biggie, Biggie, Biggie.
Can't you see? You got to do it like you're William Shatner. You got to make that long pause.
No, you just got to be white. You just got to be white. You don't got to be extra. You just got to be white. Just be white, Jeff. You don't have to be extra.
But I'm extra white. I'm practically clear.
You are a saltine cracker that you get at Aldi's. Calm down.
Exactly. That's what I
That
said.
is
I'm
stale
practically clear.
when you buy them brand new.
I'm still white. I'm almost clear. Which reminds me, I'm changing my gender. I'm trans now, boys. I'm transparent. You can see through me.
You can see through the bullshit. We don't know about the rest of you.
Don't be an asshole. Assholes are people who have no regard for other people, their feelings, and their point of view. If you feel that you may be an asshole and are suffering from the assholism, there is help for you. Contact your local Assholes Anonymous hotline and be sure to check yourself into the Asshole Rehabilitation Center for the benefit of everybody.
I'm just saying.
I should check myself before I wreck myself. I know rap too.
No, you have to chickadee check yourself before you riggedy wreck yourself.
Riggedy wreck yourself, yes. For shizzle. I never get to use that term for good reason.
Tony's like, I hate white people so much.
Tony, why did you kill a bunch of white people? Well, I'm on this podcast. And these two guys just drove me over the edge. Set him free. Not guilty. The jury
Set my people.
The jury at Tony's trial after he kills a bunch of white people is they're forced to watch 22 episodes of the podcast. They're like, not guilty.
Stop encouraging him, Golf Hawk.
What do you do?
Transparent with a bunch of laughing emojis.
See? I have my
I just sent our guest in it. I just sent our guest an invite, so
oh, time to get serious.
Well, no. Get your serious faces on, boys. Johnny's like, I'm over this bullshit already.
World's greatest hype man, folks.
World's greatest hype man. World's greatest unhypest hype man. I've been doing that since you joined the show.
Tony just go silent. Fuckers are funny. Making fun of the booty. I can picture like 5 years from now, Tony walking down the street going, fucking
I'm leaving.
Chris,
And I'm taking
Jeff,
Connor.
fucking idiots.
Have fun with that.
Thanks.
See you later.
Thanks for letting me come over.
No, you're good.
Connor?
Who's that?
I don't know. Anna, Miracle. The girl has like 17 names.
Nice.
They might be different names for each one of her personal. I honestly, I think it's Hannah. Who are you pointing at, Tony D? There's nobody down there. Tony's like, way over there. That guy over there.
The whole camera angle thing on this app drives me insane because I'm like, oh, this guy, God damn it!
It's easy. That guy. Look, bang, bang,
Yeah,
bang.
for you, yeah, but
Pew pew, pew pew. It's still reversed for me.
you have to think about
Pew
it.
pew. Pew pew. Got my pew pew out.
Yeah. Hey.
No, I think her name's Anna. It's Austin's BFF.
I see.
She came over. She was over. When the hell was she over? Monday night. She was over Monday night and spent the night.
Bye, Dad.
Bye, princess.
But
Have fun with your 12 viewers.
Philip's one of them.
What?
What did he say?
He said, "Bye, Dad."
No, what did he say after that? Have fun with your what?
I said, "Have fun, princess," and I
No,
patted him on
he's-
his face.
He
Oh, I
said
think
something
he
happened
said
with your 12 viewers. That
No, I think he
person's
said
gonna
something. No, I think he said something about have fun with your podcast or some shit.
hurt. Oh. I thought he said with your 12 viewers, and I was like, listen, little boy. We have 13, so
Yeah.
suck it.
Unbelievable.
We got 12 and a half.
Chris, I don't even. I just don't.
Got your
We
what
have
out?
13. We have
Listen,
12 lurkers.
No, I've decided that those are our biggest fans.
Oh, 100%.
The ones that just lurk on us and watch us and screen record and stuff like
You know-
that. Those
you
are
know,
our number one fans, and we should
I
appreciate them more.
I
So shout out to
actually-
the lurkers.
I
You guys are
I call
awesome.
it the Howard Stern effect.
That beer's for you.
I call it the Howard Stern effect. When Howard Stern first came out, people that loved the show would listen for an hour and a half. People that hated the show would listen for 2 hours.
Oh
And
yeah,
they
no,
both had the same answer. We want to know what he's going to say next.
yeah,
That's exactly
no,
what I did.
exactly. You know, my favorite morning show, I listen to every morning, the Mike Couch's show down there in Tampa. Oh, 102.5 The Bone FM. He says it all the time. People will call in or they'll comment on his his social media and shit.
Yep.
And be like, "Oh, I hate your show so much. You guys suck so bad." And he was like, "Yeah, but you listen for the whole 4 hours."
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I don't.
How-
Well, yeah, you
how-
do because then you comment on
Sorry,
something we
sorry,
said
I
that.
Get your analytically counting ass the fuck down sometime.
Exactly. At the end of the day, Cat Williams, everything goes back to Cat Williams for me, apparently. But he said it best. If you have 10 haters, you need to figure out how to get to 15. Because at the end of the day, the haters are what's going to push you to the next level. I'm paraphrasing, of course, because
I do
Can't
remember.
say
We have. What if you only have haters? What if you only have haters?
that's us. Chris, I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Stop
but
smoking.
That's us. Who said so?
Mama Joe.
Oh.
Tony's
My
like,
wife
"Can I
was-
smack these
I thought my
motherfuckers?"
wife was here. I was like, oh, shit. I'm in trouble.
Shout out to the Burp King. Yep. Champ's here, Chris Technician. Champ is here.
Chris, I gave your other nickname. I mentioned to a client today that we call you Redneck Gandalf, and she laughed so hard she dropped the phone.
That's
Get you
And
some
she
white.
literally-
Okay,
She
first,
picked up her phone.
first,
She picked up her phone. And she's like, I fucking pictured that.
first and foremost, I'm gonna need you to give proper respect on who gave me that name, and that's our boy Brian, regardless of his nerddom.
I do.
Get you some white friends. Hey man, Cal Williams was speaking the truth about having white friends.
I know. Trust me.
No, but your black friends tell the white friends when stuff is not appropriate.
Listen, we got the streets. Y'all got the law. Let's make a deal.
like it. I like it.
Let's make a deal.
Yeah, but Jeff, you don't ever listen. Jeff, you don't ever listen to your black friend.
Or your
Tony,
wife.
when he's telling
At
you.
the end of the
Or
day,
me. You know,
you
one of
can
us.
give me advice all day. That doesn't mean I'm going to follow it.
No shit.
And that's why Jeff
Cat Williams said, "Get you some white friends." He didn't say, "Listen to your friends."
Jeff's our Mexican friend because apparently he doesn't speak English. He doesn't understand English. He speaks it. He just doesn't understand it. No habla English. ¿Qué? ¿Qué? Whoa, easy there, buddy. Watch the K's. Watch the K's. Watch the K's.
Too many K's. Sorry, Tony. I didn't mean to trigger you.
Why did your K's come in? Why did your K's come in the form of threes?
Only you would count that. You're like,
no, he wasn't the only one. I heard that shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wasn't the only one counting it, but I'm gonna be the one that's gonna call you out.
I'm not the worst racist on America for no reason.
Stay your ass on that part of the Gulf. I'm all right.
Stay on that side of the border. Build the wall, right, Tony? Build the wall.
Yeah,
Tony's
hurry
like,
up with that wall with this one.
Tony's like, Trump was right. Tony's like, Trump was right. We should build that wall.
I finally agree with Trump on something. I just gotta say.
The more you talk, the more Trump makes sense. Keep it up.
I figured by 2024,
we have the audio
we
for
can
that.
get Tony to vote for Trump. If we work hard enough, we can get Tony to vote for Trump. He's like, you know what? These two dummies.
Tony's gonna post a picture. Tony's gonna post a picture. He's gonna post a picture on Facebook holding his ballot 2024 card where he punched Trump's. Click, click, click. I voted for Trump.
I won't either.
They're like,
we don't keep Jeff out of America.
He's like, well, I'm just trying to keep Jeff out of America. What are you gonna do?
Well, Joe, it sounds like K when they say it.
Yes, it does.
It could be Q, but it sounds like K. It doesn't sound like Q.
The funny one is
Q.
the other reference for what is somebody will look at it and go, Monday? It means like, what did you say?
Monday?
Every time my mother-in-law says it, I go, no, it's Thursday. Calm down. Monday's not for another couple days. Calm down.
Quit.
Okay.
Quit.
I have to give a pause in between. Okay.
Quit. No, it's quit. You're saying it wrong. It's quit.
It really is.
I hear it every day. It's key.
I heard it enough in my life that I don't care if it's Q or it's a K or it's a J or if it's
Q and on.
Yeah, it sounds like a K. It sounds like K.
Unbelievable.
I just figured it out. Tony's QAnon.
What?
You're QAnon.
No, he's not.
No,
Orale, vato.
Orale.
Oro, vato. Hola. Orale. Orale.
Google Translate is awesome.
Speaking of Brian, I gotta have words with that son bitch.
What do you do?
This goofy bastard's gonna Snapchat. This goofy bastard gonna Snapchat me on Sunday afternoon wearing a Pittsburgh Steelers shirt. Like we all don't know that he's a Texans fan. With his sorry.
Did you see the news on Texas?
No.
They're about to interview Sean Payton.
Sean Payton's not going to Houston. Somebody else was interviewing Sean Payton. Who else got fired? Somebody else was interviewing Sean Payton too.
Probably Lovie Smith.
New Orleans still has him under contract, I believe.
Yeah, and the Houston Texans will take the contract out. That's what they do. Bounce over here, we'll take care of the money.
Yeah, but somebody else had talks with him. I did see that. I didn't see that Houston did.
It was me. I had talks with him.
You talk to yourself.
But it's not the coaching that's the problem in Houston. Have you seen the team? David Mills is their goddamn quarterback. Who? Exactly.
It might be the organization.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you said
fired, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm pretty sure you said you were staying out of the chatter's box tonight.
Shots fired. Hi, Nikki.
No, I see
He's
somebody's
over there.
on their bullshit. I see somebody's on their bullshit.
Chris got in trouble.
I see somebody's on their bullshit, huh? Well, this one, hey, for the first time, this one goes out to the chatters box.
Don't beat yourself up over past mistakes. You are going to fuck.
That one, this one. Damn it.
They look alike.
Hey, Nikki.
None of my buttons are working, damn it.
Which one? What are you trying to play?
Denver Broncos. Thank you. No, I was trying to play. You got me fucked up. Denver Broncos. That's who I thought it was.
I never heard that. That's news to me.
What?
I didn't even hear what she said.
Yeah, she
She
said
said it in
dad and then
passing.
something.
She said, "Dad."
Yeah, she said dad, Instagram, like when I sing Informer.
Why?
Tacos, Christopher. Austin, what did you say?
My fucking dog in here.
Whatever.
Yes, it's Charlie. Calm down. Whatever.
Damn it, Chris, don't start that shit.
Dinner report, tacos.
Tacos.
Leftover pizza from Little Caesars.
Same thing I might have for dinner Friday and Saturday and Sunday.
I had mac and cheese.
Just you want to be on your bullshit.
I had mac and cheese. It was awesome.
Just mac and
I
cheese?
saw something. Yeah, well, with meat in it. You know, ground beef. I did see something cool that I want to
Jeff, that's
try.
called hamburger helper.
Pretty much. Pretty much. It was awesome. I did see something
Hey,
on
man, I ain't
TikTok.
gonna shit on hamburger helper. I love me some hamburger helper.
As Randy Quaid said, you don't even need the hamburger. It's good on its own.
Yeah. Hey, there's times when the kids ain't here, I'll make a hamburger helper for myself for dinner because them sons of bitches are delicious.
Oh, hell yeah. No, but I saw something on TikTok yesterday, and
Stevie
I said,
Wonder.
I'm going to have to make that.
How you doing?
You have one of those automatic waffle makers where you pour the batter in, then close the lid like sandwich.
It's called a waffle maker. It's not an automatic. It's not like you put all the mixture in there and it mixes it and then it pours.
Oh my God!
It's just a waffle maker, man.
Anyways, you take a waffle maker and you go get you some pre-cut fries, you know, the frozen ones, and you put them in there, shred cheese on it, and then close the lid. And it basically creates a bun for your hamburger. Instead of using bread, you use French fries.
And why? And ladies and gentlemen, this is why Jeff is not going to make it to 45.
I haven't made it yet, but I'm like, you know what? Somebody clean the waffle maker.
I actually seen a recipe that sounds really actually pretty daggone good using a waffle maker. Get the cornbread mix,
right, and
put it in there, and then just make chili and put your chili and stuff on top of the cornbread.
Are you talking like a hot pocket kind of style? But you make
you make the cornbread waffle, and then you put it on your plate, and then you put the chili on top of it. And put your cheese or sour cream or peanut butter or whatever you like to put in your chili. Yes, I said peanut butter, Tony, because apparently that's a thing. I've never done it, but apparently that's a thing.
Wait.
Peanut butter in your chili.
In your chili?
Yes.
Were they from Florida?
Yes. Actually, yes. Yeah. Actually, yeah.
I rest my case.
I had to think about that because, they were.
Lawyered. Lawyered.
What's keto or keto? Sorry.
Keto's the diet. It's like you.
Keto. Kato Kalin, we all know Kato. You remember Kato? No, it's not Kato. It's chili.
No, the keto diet. You remove certain things out of your
but peanut butter bread. I've heard that, and I think I have done that before. But people put peanut butter in their chili and stir it in.
Scoop of peanut butter? That's disgusting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know because Nikki just said that her dad eats peanut butter bread with his chili, which I've done that before.
That makes
But
sense.
I've never thought
it's
about
still
putting
bread.
peanut
It's
butter
not like
yeah, you're just dipping it.
yeah, I'm out.
So basically, you're just like dipping it into sauce.
Nikki,
Well, I could make cornbread. I am not a lazy ass because it's just cool. You get your little waffle shape and you put your
Nikki,
chili on top
not
of
be
it.
more wrong.
I don't know.
You're correct, Stevie. You're correct. Chili. You know what, Nikki? Chili is right if you make
could
it
not
properly.
be wrong.
Donnie, how you doing?
I'm not gonna have this discussion with her because my dumb ass is out there making chili when she's here, and then apparently I forgot the conversation we had about her not liking chili.
That's on you, dude. I got to
I
side
said
with Nikki
chili
on
is
that one.
good
That's on
if
you.
you got the right ingredients.
I get that.
The classic chili, the meat, beans, meat sauce, or tomato sauce. Add whatever the hell you want to it.
Well, now you sound like Cash. You have the palate of a 9-year-old
like
boy.
a baby. Beans can be terrible, but beans are like it's like a security force inside of your intestines. Everybody out.
Nice. I had to think about what you said, but as soon as you said everybody out, I was like, I get it. Really noted.
Everybody out.
Mm.
Wasn't that Gabriel Iglesias that did the whole stand-up routine about mixing alcohol and stuff like that?
Possibly.
And he said like I don't know, I think he said like beer or something like that was the bouncer, but then you start inviting like whiskey and bourbon, and then the fucking tequila shows up, and that's when all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, that's when everybody has to get the fuck out. No, I agree.
Goodfellas.
I agree.
Goodfellas, good fucking movie.
That was a random comment, Donnie. I don't know if it was a comment to what we were talking about, or if you're just referencing that you're maybe watching Goodfellas, which is a good fucking movie.
Goodfellas is awesome.
What?
I said Goodfellas is awesome.
How about some more?
Tony was about to fight your ass. Tony was about to get on a plane, like Peter Griffin in that chicken, where Peter gets on the plane and flies down where the chicken is, just to beat the chicken's head. We're gonna get a cutaway scene, Family Guy style. Tony at the airport, Tony getting on the plane, Tony getting off of Cancun.
All calm,
Tony
cool,
showing up
collected. The entire time, all calm, cool, collected. Then he walks up and starts beating the shit out of me.
The greatest episode ever. I don't understand the keto diet. I don't know.
I don't either. I don't know what keto is.
No carbs. No carbs.
Gross.
So what, bread?
Meat.
Bread would be carbs.
I never saw a diet that encouraged you to eat bacon.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm 100%.
Oh, I think I said that. I think I might have said that.
That's just my diet. Eat more bacon. I'm in.
Me too.
Does it really?
Just like
Where's I'm gonna go on a diet?
nacho cheese fries, bacon, hamburger buns for my hamburger. Add extra bacon on my hamburger.
Nikki, I ain't mad
Bacon,
at that.
pickles, cream cheese.
I mean, maybe not together.
Are you pregnant?
It's yours.
Dun, 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 dun.
Remember the conversation we were having earlier on the phone, and I said, just in case, I have this in my closet, and I know you like tequila, and your bedroom's on the second floor. Remember that conversation we were on the phone earlier?
See, what on earth are you be talking about? Oh, I know. I know. Call on me. I know.
Bacon, pickles, and cream cheese are the best three things on. I don't know the first thing about keto, whatever.
I don't know. It's called keto. I've heard keto. I never knew what it was.
Whatever happened to Keto Caleb?
He became irrelevant.
We still don't know why he was relevant.
You know, obviously.
I'm Tony D. I'm 100% in agreement with you right now. That comment right there, I'm 100% in agreement with you.
I didn't
Meat,
see
some
what it
veg.
said.
So you don't know why he ever became relevant.
Because he
Like
was
all
living in
meat or
Rose's
certain
house.
meat?
That's how he became relevant.
That's yet to be found out, baby.
Wow.
That's more for Tony.
Wow.
That's more for Tony. Oh, the champ's in the house, boys. Champ's in the building.
Shit. He got you good with that one.
That is yet to be proven.
She got you good with that one.
Because I believe your exact words were, I think everything's starting
Emotional damage.
She got you good.
I mean, you can say emotional damage all you want, but I believe that the exact words were, I think things are starting to grow back. And I said, well, they better not, because we're going to take them back out.
Keep digging that hole. Keep digging that hole.
No, I ain't
Would you
digging
like
a
to
hole.
borrow
I'm
my
just
shovel?
No. Jeff, your hole's so deep. No, there's no way I can. You have basically dug through to China at this point. Jeff was somewhere around Middle Earth right now. How you like that? You like that?
That was good.
Hanging out in the Shire.
That's good. Yes, I'm just hanging out with Frodo here. About to brick in
hanging
his
out
mouth.
down there at the Shire.
Easy, Donnie. Easy.
Did you catch that?
Donnie, Donnie, you don't know the reference #25. So
I do, and I don't even know what the full conversation is, but I can do the math because I know how Chris thinks. Because we're basically the same person. Chris, I just figured it out. You and I are going to be in a movie. We're going to remake the movie Twins.
You're out of your goddamn mind if you think I want to reconstruct anything.
Play the music.
No, tell me we couldn't do that.
Play the music.
I can be Danny DeVito, you can be Schwarzenegger.
See?
And we'll
See?
redo Twins.
All you had to do was play the fucking music. Oh my God.
Get to the chopper. Oh wait, that was not a very good Arnie.
What?
I don't know. I was trying to do an Arnie and it was just spontaneous. Arnie and Gilbert. Gilbert, where's Arnie? Gilbert, you want to play hide and seek? Where's Arnie? Hey, Gilbert.
Gilbert.
I'm trying.
I love that movie. I don't give a damn what anybody says. That's a great movie.
The movie's fucking weird.
It is a weird fucking movie, but it's Johnny Depp. Do you expect any less?
No, 100% no.
Yeah, exactly.
Waiting on the next Pirates of the Caribbean.
I was kind of excited to
Never.
find out Margot Robbie was going to be in it, but now that she's not, I'm kind of like,
Yeah,
eh. They canceled that, and I was like, that would have been cool. I mean, whatever.
Shit, I missed all kinds of. I deleted a whole bunch of shit I didn't realize I deleted. Let's take a real quick break. We'll be back here in just a few minutes. Enjoy. We haven't done this in a while. Enjoy the band formerly known as Rumspringa, now known as Over and Out. Over and Out. Let's do Rebel Yell. That's a fun song.
Yeah.
With their cover of Rebel Yell. Check them out on social media at Over and Out. Go show the guys some love. I know I got to get to one of their shows sometime soon. Take Nikki with me. But here's Over and Out with their cover of Rebel Yell. If I can get the buttons to work. The buttons don't work.
it expires. Bring her from above, because in the midnight hour she cried more, more, more. With a rebel yell, she cried more, more, more. Wow! In the midnight hour, baby, more, more, more. With a rebel yell, she cried more, 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 more. She don't like slavery, she won't sit and wait. But when I'm tired and lonely, she sees me to my bed. What set you free and brought you to me, babe? What set you free? I need to hear about me, because in the midnight hour she cried more, more, more. With a rebel yell, she cried more, more, more. Wow! In the midnight hour, baby, more, more, more. With a rebel yell, she cried more, 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 more. Oh, he lives in his own heaven, so he takes it to go from the 7-Eleven. Well, he's out all night to collect a fare. Just alone, just so long as don't mess up his head. Cause I'd walk the world with you, babe. 8,000 miles with you. I dried your tears of pain, babe. 8,000 times for you. I'd sell my soul and have none, babe. For money to burn with you. Cause I'd give you all and have none, babe. Just there, just there, just there, just there to have you here by me. Because in the midnight hour, she cried more, more, more. With a rebel yell, she cried more, more, more. Wow! In the midnight hour, baby, more, more, more. With a rebel yell, she cried more, 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 more. Oh yeah, little baby, she wants more. She wants more, 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 more. Oh yeah, little angel, she wants more. She wants more, 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 more.
Yes, sir. A little over and out with their cover of Rebel Yell. Appreciate y'all listening. Hopefully you're enjoying the show so far. Welcome back to Nonsensical Nonsense, everybody. Whoa. There we go. That was rude in my ear. If you guys aren't already, go ahead and check us out on them social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Join us live Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday on YouTube and Twitch. And if you can't join us live, go ahead and listen to us on Spotify, all at Nonsensical Nonsense. Welcome back to the show. As you guys can see, if you're watching us live, we have a special guest in the house. I'd like to welcome, and you're going to have to forgive me. I hope I get your last name right. And if I don't, feel free to yell at me. Former Minnesota Vikings punter, Chris Kluwe.
Nailed it.
Nice.
Yeah. I've been practicing all week.
Chris,
nice. Yeah, you can tell.
Complex.
Thanks for having me on.
Hey, man, we appreciate you joining. How you doing tonight, man?
Not too bad. It's just getting over some rain here in California and expecting some more on the weekend. So pretty happy about that because we could always use the water. But yeah, other than that, it's been cool.
Nice. Well, as I said, guys, this is Chris Kluwe from. You're back in California. I was gonna be one of the first things I asked you was if you had to still live in that godforsaken cold known as Minnesota.
We did 5 years there, and that was enough.
I don't blame you. I'm from the Midwest. I live in Ohio, and I'm not a fan of the cold weather. I left for 10 years and unfortunately had to come back to it. And I'm counting down the days until I can get back down south myself. So
yeah, there's something to be said for wearing sandals in December. It's
I'm not mad at that comment. I'm not mad at that at all. I like.
Well,
that.
and you're a California kid. You grew up in California, correct?
Yeah, so I was born in Pennsylvania, but my parents moved to California when I was like 1 month old. So for all intents and purposes, yeah, I am a California kid.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yep.
And you went to college at UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just California guy your whole life. How much of a culture shock was that for you to go to Minnesota to play football?
Right? Like it was a little weird, but the thing is Minneapolis is actually way more progressive than I expected. Like that is a very like liberal progressive city. So that was actually really similar to being in California. Obviously there's some differences, right, with the weather and just regional differences, but on the whole, like it was actually really cool. Now, you get like 10 minutes north of the city, you might run into some slightly different people.
That sounds like my type of people that you might be referring to, but that's okay.
Like that sounds like where Chris and I are from.
Let's just say there were a lot of billboards that had some views.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen those billboards, I think.
Yes. Yeah, I think those billboards are still up back home, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they probably are.
Changed in 22 years. So,
as a matter of fact, if Mr. Glick looks out his window, he can probably see one.
Yeah.
Well, I live in a different world that's a world of its own right now. So, I mean, my city's in a bubble. It's its own unique personality where I live. So.
It's still 2012 there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you might not be wrong about that.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I grew up there.
Yeah. I just want to take a real quick second. Chris, I want to introduce you to the guys. We got Tony D just over here beside me if you're looking at the boxes. And
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Not much.
That's Jeff.
Chilling, man. Chilling. Look at Jeff waving like he's on Miss America or somebody. What is going on?
Because I'm awesome, Tony. So
do the parade wave.
I'll do the royalty wave, yes. Chris gets it. This guy gets me. The royalty wave.
Saves your wrist. You got to protect your wrist.
The man is speaking truth, Tony. I don't know what to tell you. Get on the boat or get off.
I'm rolling.
And off in the
distance. I almost had a comment, but shout out Cam. Chris, I don't know if you can see the chatters box on the side there. I do got to give Cam a shout out because Cam's does a lot of behind the scenes stuff for us with setting up interviews and doing some promotion, helping me with promotion and stuff like that. So shout out to Cam for reaching out to you and getting you on the show with us tonight. I a lot of things that I want to get to, and I don't know how much time you have. We have all the time in the world, but
okay.
I don't know how much time you have. I do want to kind of. I mean, I'm a huge football fan. I remember watching you play. As soon as Cam was like, "Hey, I'm talking," I know who that is. I know exactly who that guy is. Yeah. Well, I'm a huge football fan, and I mean, and this is going to sound really bad, and I don't mean it to, and I do apologize in advance. Mm-hmm. For the position you played as a punter, not many kickers get love.
Oh yeah, no, that's truth.
and you were known. I I mean, you're what do they call it in Minnesota? I know teams have like the Ring of Honor and stuff like that. What is the Mall of America Hall of Fame or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know that I'm on that. I did make it was the Metrodome All 25 team, where it's like the best players of like the past 25 years. I made that one.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they'll invite me back for any sort of Ring of Honor.
and we're gonna have that conversation. Oh, trust me, we're gonna have that conversation. I want to talk a little bit about your career and some of the guys that you got to play with and stuff like that, and what it was like to experience playing in the NFL, because you coming up through high school and through college, you hear only 1% of you guys are going to make it in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
You spent 8 seasons with undrafted and signed by the Seattle Seahawks. You know this. These guys don't know this. The listeners don't know this. So you have to.
Yeah, this is mainly for my edification, because I am not the sports guy.
He knows.
I'm the guy that goes, I saw the movie once. Does that count?
Right.
So and then you go over to Minnesota. You spend 8 seasons with Minnesota, and like I said, for a punter, 8 for the most part, 8 really good seasons, even through injury. And it didn't seem like, based off your stats and stuff like that, it did not seem like even with an injury you were off your game too much.
Nope.
Until quote unquote your last season. Quote unquote your last season.
There might have been other factors involved, perhaps.
I'm going to drink through that answer.
Maybe just some other factors that led to being cut. But what was it like to be? And I'm sure you've been asked these questions a million times. But what was it like to be in the NFL and to be in the NFL that long?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was right. Well, first off, it's really cool. Like, obviously, you can't say, I work at a job that literally only 1,600 people work at in the entire world and not have it be cool. Like it is a very it's a very fun but very stressful job. And yeah, for me, it was growing up. Like, I never really had much interest in football. Like, my sports growing up were baseball and soccer. That's what I played. And so, like, I always thought I would go to college for either a baseball scholarship as a pitcher or as a goalie for soccer. Like, that was kind of, my projected career path that I thought for myself. And then my freshman year in high school, I needed a fall sport because in California, soccer is a winter sport, baseball is a spring sport. So I was like, I don't want to do normal PE, and I don't really like running that much. I don't want to do cross country. I'll try out football, right? Because, I can kick a soccer ball really far, see if I can kick a football. Little did I know how much running was actually involved with football. So,
really?
Yeah, Hell Week was a bit of a wake up.
Cross country.
Yeah, it's like, well, one of my friends did cross country, and I was just like, maybe I should do that. No, I'll stick with football. I'm already out here. Like, I've already gotten used to the helmet. Like, exactly. Can't go back now. But yeah, no, and then so I played football all 4 years in high school, and by my senior year, it was becoming really evident that, like, okay, yeah, this is going to be the path for me going forwards. Definitely get a scholarship, and then might have a chance at the NFL. And yeah, you're absolutely right when you say when they tell you have like a 1% of a 1% chance of making it. Like, that is true, and that's something I actually help coach freshman football at the local high school now. I do special teams, and that's one of the things I tell the kids is like, hey, have a backup plan. Like, don't rely on being a professional athlete as your career, because it is like winning the lottery. Like, you can be the most skilled athlete in the world, but you still also have to be lucky. Like, you have to avoid injury. You have to, a team has to have room for you. Like, there's so much chance that also goes into it that it's not all just hard work. Like, you have to have that hard work. You have to have that drive and dedication, but luck also plays a really big part of it. So have that backup plan. Like, make sure you have something else that you are prepared to do in case the sports angle does not work out. But yeah, when I got into the NFL, like, that was really it's almost a surreal moment, right? Because prior to that, like, I'm a huge video gamer. Like, I'm a huge nerd. I love playing video games. And the funny thing is I never played.
I wanted to touch on that too.
Right. Oh yeah. No, we'll get to that. The funny thing is though, is I never played sports games. Like, that's the only genre I didn't like. Like, I didn't like sports games. And pretty much the only one I ever played was in college with my roommate. It was NFL 2K1. the Dreamcast, which was just actually a really cool sports game. Like it sucked me in. I was like, wow, this is actually really fun. And the RIP Dreamcast. But yeah, so I get out on the field with Seattle, right, for my first practice in the preseason. I'm like, holy crap, like that's Steve Hutchinson, like that's Matt Hasselbeck, like that's Sean Alexander. Like these are all guys that like I knew from video games, right? But it's like now I'm on the same field as them. This is really weird. But at the same time, it's also like I'm competing for a job. I can't let like that go to my head or anything, or be thinking about that, because if I'm thinking about that, I'm not thinking about punting. If I'm not thinking about punting, I'm probably not going to be out here for very long.
Exactly.
Well, that actually brings up a question I had. Throughout your career, what is the most starstruck you've been? I mean, we, of course, you're a celebrity, so we're mildly starstruck.
Like Z-list, if that.
But compared to us,
Z-list.
We're like not even on the list, unless you're from Puerto Rico. So,
Dominican Republic.
Sorry, I apologize.
We're huge in the DR for some reason.
Okay, nice.
And I think it's because they speak Spanish and can't understand us.
Oh my God.
Like when you run into you run into a celebrity and you're like, holy crap, it's you, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had that happen to you? And was curious.
Yeah, I'd say probably the closest, because I tend not to get too starstruck, because like at the end of the day, people are people, right? Like we're all human beings.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Probably the closest for me was when Brett Favre was our quarterback. Like when he got there,
I was
because
going to ask you about Brett Favre.
Like that's a guy whose name right? Especially in the upper Midwest, like because he was
but you can't spell it properly, exactly.
Right, exactly. It's Favre. Brett Favre.
Yeah, it's Favre. Favre. Spelled it right. Yep. There you go.
Yep.
Just prove it.
But yeah. So when he got on the team, that was definitely a like, okay, wow, here's a guy who is kind of like earned his name, right? If that makes sense, and that like he is a competitor. He's out there to play and win. But the thing that was actually really cool about Brett was he was also very down to earth. Like he was not a guy who believed in his own hype. At least when he was around in the locker room when I was there, because I've met guys who have believed in their own hype, and they're generally not very pleasant to be around. They think they're all.
Starting my questions. Keep talking. I'm starting my questions.
We actually work with one. I'm just saying. As he turns around and pretends it's not him.
Right. It's
what?
Click, ladies and gentlemen.
So yeah, but no, it was really cool to get a chance to actually play with a Hall of Fame player who everyone knew was going to be a Hall of Fame player, and not just that, to have the opportunity to play with him for a season where like we actually talking about the 2009 season, 2009-2010, where we lost in the NFC Championship game. We're like that was pretty much the only season that I played in my time at the Vikings where it really felt like we legit have a chance to win the whole thing. Like because the previous seasons, like we'd always had good teams, right? Like we had AP at running back, we had the Williams Wall, like we'd always had a really good defense, but it never really felt like, oh, this is going to be the year. Like, it didn't really feel like things would break entirely our way or that everything was clicking entirely together. But that first year that Brett got there, like it was actually the San Francisco game. I think it's our third or fourth game of the season when Greg Williams caught the pass at the end of the back of the end zone as time ran out to win the game for us.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, I think it was like the SB Play of the Year or something like that. And like Favre just basically heaves up this 40-yard, wishing a prayer, and it just goes exactly where it's supposed to. Somehow Greg makes this amazing catch. But yeah, that was kind of the year where it felt like, okay, yeah, things are falling in our favor. Like everything's clicking together. We have a chance to do the whole thing. And unfortunately, it didn't make it all the way. But I mean, that's football, right? Like I said, you got to be lucky as well as good.
Yeah. Just to touch on something that you said earlier about you're coaching at your local high school now with the special teams, and you're telling these kids. I've had this conversation with some college football players. I used to work at OSU forever and a day ago, and worked at some of the bars around campus, and you have conversations. And that was one of the biggest things I've always said. These kids have, you know, you may not make it in the NFL, but you're going to go some of these elite colleges for free.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Take advantage of that opportunity. Get you an education. Yeah. I knew a couple guys that played in the NFL who, even during their NFL career, were still in school to finish their degrees. So in the off season, you would see them around OSU, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm not going to play football forever," you know.
Right.
So I could have a season injury, a career-ending injury tomorrow. I got to have something to fall back on, and so that I agree with. That's an absolute huge thing to express to these kids. Is there's college
so much
or high, yeah. But and then
like Chris said, you start believing in your own hype, and then you become, you turn the phrase, you become an asshole, and you have nothing to fall back on, and the next thing you know, you're broke and living in your mom's basement
and depressed.
Yes, well, and it's also it's a really tricky line to walk to, because if you want to be a professional athlete, like, you have to believe in yourself. You have to have that 100% confidence that, like, I am the best player on the field no matter what. But you also have to temper that with, well, what if I'm not? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Which, how do you do that without losing your confidence? Because it's like, it's really hard to balance those two things together simultaneously. And so, yeah, no, if any, future aspirational professional athletes are listening, please make sure you have a backup plan.
Yeah.
But believe in yourself.
And we can help
believe in yourself.
For those same listeners, we can help curve your humble, because that's all we do is curve each other's humble.
How has that worked out for you guys to curve my humble?
It hasn't.
We're still working on it. That's the problem.
Honestly,
that's why we show up.
It's more of an ascending mountain peak as opposed to a curve.
It's kind of like climbing Everest. You need a Sherpa. You need a guy. You gotta take equipment. It's a lot of work.
And I think that balance between having the confidence to do what you want to do and then doubting yourself, you have to find that balance, because it doesn't matter what you do. We do this show every week. We do this show 3 times a week, and I know I can't speak for the other guys, but I know there's times where the amount of work that I put into this, where I've sat down and go, is it really worth it at the end of the day?
Right?
We don't have that because we don't do behind the scenes. Some of this
they don't have that because they just turn their cameras on and show up.
Right?
I do everything behind the scenes now, and that's why I'm very fortunate. I'm
exactly, because it's my show and I do everything. I wish we had
that's
that,
why
Chris.
I'm very thankful.
Chris, I wish I had that clip for you. I would show it, because the confidence in that, it's my show and I do everything.
It sounds amazing.
It's doing too much.
I am a little bit much, but no, that's where I'm very thankful to have somebody like Cam in my corner, and who does help me a lot behind the scenes, and he does do a lot of work, and he has no rhyme or reason to, other than the fact that he's just one of my biggest supporters. He's always pushing me. When I start to feel those days where it's like, I'm just gonna slack, he's like, no, you're not. Bang, 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 and he's right there. So
super fans are the best. That's what keeps you going.
Well, yeah, he's not really. I mean, I wouldn't call him a super fan. I've known the kid since he was 15 years old, so he's like a little brother to me. Okay. We started out speaking of the gaming earlier. I met him through Call of Duty.
Oh, nice.
He's his older brother.
Which version was it? The original one, Modern Warfare?
Yeah, the original Call of Duty, original Black Ops 1, I think.
Okay.
And to this day, we still play Call of Duty almost every night together. Last night we were playing Modern Warfare, the new one that just came out together. Okay. Talking about tonight, but no, I met him and his older brother and a couple other friends of ours who, for 10 plus years, we've been friends. And we got our little group, and we don't play as much as we used to. You get married, you have kids,
right? Yeah, it's weird how kids cut into your video gaming time.
Yeah, I know, right? So now it's just like dwindled down from 5 of us to just Cam and I, you know. But
Cam's
you
kids
know, we
are
still
young
have
enough where it's like he could put them to sleep in about 30 seconds.
Yeah. Cam's kids are young enough. My kids are old enough that they just do their own thing. So
Right.
Yeah, but you know, he's it's nice to have that little backup right there that says, hey, and what you're doing is worth it. And then I mean he pulls this off, you know, having you on the show with us tonight, which blew my mind.
It's no small feat.
Well, I mean, if you know me, it's actually pretty easy just to ask.
Yeah, well, no, but for me, because like I said, we're the same age. But I remember, like I said, as soon as he sent me, he's like, "Oh, I talked to a guy," and I was like, "Oh, who was it?" And he didn't have to send me anything. I didn't have to Google. As soon as I see, I was like, "I know that guy. He played football." I remember watching you on TV. I remember on Sundays watching you on TV drinking beer, going, "That's a hell of a goddamn kicker. That boy can kick." Jesus Christ, that's a fucking punter right there, boys.
As opposed to me, that goes, wait, was he in the replacements? No. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That would actually brings me up to something I ask every sports celebrity that we talk to, and Chris Glick hates this question.
Sure.
But as a guy that has all sports knowledge taught to him through movies, Chris, what would you say your all-time top 3 sports movies?
Oh yes.
All-time top 3 sports movies.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I'm a big fan of Unnecessary Roughness. I really like that one.
Yeah.
That's a classic right there. Foot, meat, ball.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next one would be. I mean, I gotta say The Replacements. Like Keanu Reeves is so good. Like he's
greatest
fantastic.
quarterback ever. Shane Falco.
Shane Falco.
I said it a million
I
times.
almost wore my Shane Falco jersey tonight too. I had it on before the show.
And then I love the actor who plays the kicker. Like he just has no fucks to give.
I was actually explicitly told not to mention Nigel Gruff because it would be disrespectful. He says there's no way Chris was on the sideline smoking a cigarette and then going out to kick a goal. I gotta ask, dude.
Okay, hold on. So true story. In high school, my high school football coach had to tell me to stop bringing books to read on the sideline in between plays.
Nice.
I love reading. Like I said, I'm a huge nerd. I'm like, I'm not on the field for 4 plays.
I'm really tempted right now. I know you're a guest, but I'm really tempted right now, Jeffrey.
I have my finger over the button. Sorry, Chris. Chris, this is something.
Oh, wait, hold on. Third one. Sorry, I gotta do my third one.
Go ahead.
Major League.
Yes.
Yeah. Love me some
Hell yeah.
Now, Chris, since you mentioned that you're a book reader, I have to hit you with something that we do to everybody. So this is not a dig on you. I'm sorry. This has to happen.
Nerd, you're a fucking nerd. You're a fucking nerd. And no one likes you. No one likes you.
I can't believe this.
I'm sorry. It had to be done. You didn't.
No, you don't need to apologize. Like I am like an OG nerd. Like I am much more nerd than athlete. That's what I keep trying to explain to people.
I got a question now. Okay, the hell with all that. Now I got a question. Star Trek, Star Wars.
Ooh,
Tony,
Star Trek if you like science. Star Wars if you like entertainment.
Star Wars if you like imagination.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So Star Trek is like science, like actual, okay, here's what it's like people being in space. Star Wars is like, fuck it, we're going to do whatever we want.
Look, I wish you would. You had 20 minutes. Leave us alone.
Out of all the answers we've received to that question,
I've got a new chapter in my book that I'm writing.
Why Chris drinks.
Why Glick drinks. Chapter 55. We have
favorite 3 sports movies.
Former NFL superstar on our show, and Tony starts talking about Star Trek.
Remember the Titans, which I thought was fucking phenomenal.
Oh, it's an amazing movie.
I keep Major League on the list because Major League was hilarious. I don't care who you are. That movie was
Oh,
hilarious.
it's so good.
1 and 2.
Afterwards, I normally go to Wildcats.
Not so
I'm kind of
much.
stuck after the first two, but Wildcats was always like classic. A lot of guys like Varsity Blues. Most people
That's
love
my movie right there.
That's us too.
But I really stuck with
On
Remember the
that.
Titans. Remember the Titans should have killed a lot of racism to me. And honestly, it did teach people to work together regardless of your differences. And I think a lot of teams, they do that. Even though you got a problem with each other, you learn how to work together. And that's how you grow up in life.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like it's it's really hard to be racist with guys that like you're literally sweating and bleeding for. Like
Right.
And that's the thing, like you shouldn't be racist in the first place, but
100%.
what a locker room does is it allows you to see each other as people, right? Because you're all going through the same stuff. Like you're all running the same half gassers, you're all doing the same up downs. Like it doesn't matter which skin color is, you're all suffering together.
You gotta learn how to work together as grown folks, period, in the story.
That's one of the things we talk about often is that it's not about the race, it's about the person. It's about, I consider these two gentlemen my brothers. At the end of the day, if somebody does something, fucking Tony.
I love you, Tony D.
I'm the redheaded stepchild that they keep around. But when it comes down to anybody who messes with my two boys, I'm coming after them just as much as my two boys are. And
Tony D's my brown bear, and I'm his polar bear. He just won't accept it.
I'm a sniper in their targets.
You asked for it. You asked for it. I'm sorry.
Don't do it. No.
I'd already hit the button.
Of my life, no, I never felt this way before.
Now you see why I hate them. I can't stand that shit.
I gotta say, it's some pretty good video production.
I had nothing to do with that, by the way.
He actually made that on the fly.
The highlight of the
On the
damn
fly, I
show,
made that one.
he puts up the #1 bullshit. I tell him not to put on this motherfucker, and he gonna keep damn doing it. God, it's
Tony, is this your first show? I'm sorry.
Jealous.
How long have you known me?
Be glad I don't have a
I'm
passport.
gonna hit my buttons. I have my buttons to push. I'm gonna hit them.
I'm gonna take your
You have one of those like old school radio boards with like the 80 different buttons.
Yeah, too much time.
I think we have a total of like 15 clips that we play when somebody does something stupid.
Yeah, with just random clips. I did want to before we move off of your football career, I do want to ask you mainly, and Tony, I think you might agree with this, but mainly me being the football junkie that I am, football's like my heroin. I want to ask you because I mean you played with AP, you played with Favre, you played with Jared Allen, Sidney Rice, guys like that. And then on special teams, side by side, you were with Ryan Longwell for quite a while. You guys, I think you guys spent quite a few years together. I'm not sure the exact number, but who was? Jeff has no idea who any of these people are because he's not.
No clue.
But
couldn't recognize him if I was standing next to him. Just saying.
And those are just a couple of the big names. But did you have a favorite? A favorite teammate or a teammate that you're still in contact with today that, you still hang out or call a friend or anything like that or talk to on a regular basis?
So it's funny you mentioned Longwell because we actually still text each other to this day. Like he lives in Florida, and even though I'm in California, he's in Florida. Yeah, because the funny thing is, Florida. As specialists, right? Like generally the majority of your time is spent with the other specialists. Like it's the punter, the kicker, and the long snapper. Like you're the guys who are all hanging out together, and you have a lot of downtime. Like there's a lot of time during practice when you're not doing special teams, right? There's a lot of time
especially during the game if you guys are winning and you guys are playing good.
Yeah, no, and so like we would constantly just be talking with each other. We'd be trading Anchorman quotes with each other. Whatever you could to try and stay entertained.
I fucking love it.
He's one of us. He's one of us, Jeff.
Who will gobble one of us, man? Let me tell you.
The bad man. He punted Baxter. Took him with his foot.
Oh my God.
One of us.
We actually do the same thing, but we actually do Waterboy and Big Daddy.
Yeah, Waterboy is another classic. That's what. Some high quality H2O.
Big Daddy was a movie that I think 100% our Chris and I's class literally molded us as people. I think the combined class maybe see that movie about 1,500 times to the point where we quote it all day long.
Yeah, no, Sandler had some pretty good ones.
Sandler had some great movies.
You know, because I think Happy Gilmore is still my favorite of his. That would actually probably go on a list of sports movies.
Wrong.
I'm not the biggest.
Big Daddy hit me in the heart. I'm not going to look.
Amen to that.
Yeah, dude. I'm not the biggest Sandler fan, but yeah. Happy Gilmore was by far his best movie. By far.
It's just so funny.
I don't know. Grown Ups is one of those movies that I can see the three of us, Tony, Chris, and I, doing that on a daily basis. Like, let's go do something stupid.
I'm going to be on video conference during the whole movie. I'm not going to.
I know you would. World's greatest hype man, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry.
Favorite video game? I say Paperboy.
Ooh, favorite video game. So for me, that's actually Final Fantasy VI. Because I think
nice.
You wanted a new millennium.
I know that one.
I'm from the days of quarter in the arcade. Y'all staying at home like this all day.
Oh yeah, no, trust me. The original NES was my introduction to video games. It was because I'd never really heard about video games, and I think this was when I would have been like 9 or 10 when it came out, and I split my toe open at a birthday party. So I was stuck at home for like a week. Yeah, I was at SeaWorld, and I was running and just split it open on one of those old rubber mats that they had.
SeaWorld?
So
I need you to change the story and say you were at SeaWorld and you were attacked by like a seal like a dolphin jumped out and just bit your toe. or an otter got too close to the otter.
See the movie Jaws? It happened to me.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm stuck at home, and apparently I was driving my parents crazy, and they're like, just let's get them this Nintendo thing. Like maybe that'll keep them quiet. So you're right. The original NES with the double Mario Brothers Duck Hunt cartridge that came with the light gun. And I was hooked.
And it also came with Double Dribble. Double Dribble was
Double Dribble. Yeah. And the thing that, looking back, I actually kind of appreciate, but at the time I really hated, was the fact that all of those early Nintendo games, the computer cheated outrageously.
Super Tecmo Bowl.
The game system used to beat you. If you played it enough, it learned you.
Oh yeah, it would get faster and faster and faster and faster, and eventually you just couldn't keep up anymore. I'm just like, this is so dumb, but I got to try it. I got to beat it.
I'm gonna beat this.
Well, I mean, that was like Super Tecmo Bowl. If you got lucky enough to get the Raiders and you had Bo Jackson,
Bo Jackson just ran all over you.
Yeah, you just did whatever you wanted. I want to come back to the games, but this is where I got to be the bad guy.
Sensitive subject.
This is where I gotta be the bad guy because I do want to come back to the games, but I do want to. This is something I absolutely want to talk to you about, Chris. You leaving the Minnesota Vikings?
Minnesota Vikings.
For those of you guys who don't know, Chris, I'm assuming you still are today. I know you were back in the day. I actually remember. Again, I remember when this happened. I'm like, really? What the fuck?
I believe I actually think as a non-sports guy, I think I actually heard this news.
You are a huge, I'm assuming you still are, advocate for gay rights.
Yep, staunch proponent, LGBTQ plus rights.
You are an ally. I'm an ally myself. I have.
Say it correctly this time. Don't use your nickname. Say it correctly.
No, I'm going to use my nickname. My broster. My broster was my sister and is now my brother. And it started out me kind of being, and I've always supported, before the transition, everything like that. He was lesbian when he was a female. I've always supported him and everything else. And it started out as a way. I'm his older brother. And I don't know if you got siblings or not or anything like that, but
no, I have younger brother, younger sister.
Yeah, exactly. So we always bust each other's balls. I know Tony's got siblings. Jeff's got. So it started out as a way for me to bust his balls was to call him my broster. Mm-hmm. But he actually liked it. Mm-hmm. So now it's become a term of endearment. It's not a dig. It's not a shot. It's a term
Right,
of
yeah.
endearment. He's my broster. I've grown up with friends and family, very close family that are part of the LGBTQ. I've always been an ally, so I remember this because I remember being upset and angry with the fact of the way that, and of course this is 2012, 2013.
Yeah, this was in 2012 through 2013.
So the NFL was still, oh no, we got
not very progressive.
This is this is the men's sport and only manly men. And even though you're a straight man, like you have a wife, correct?
Yep. Yes.
So
I love how you're towing the line. You're like,
I'm towing the line because I'm waiting for
that cliff, Chris.
I know, yeah, I know you're married. I know you have a wife, and I'm waiting for it to be like, well, actually, I mean, I'm married. Yes, I have a wife.
That's a fair question.
But my boyfriend, I'm like, oh, okay. So then I fuck up, and I'm like, hey, you're straight. Man. Well, actually,
breaking news. Here first.
You heard it here first on Nonsensical Nonsense.
Yep.
So you put yourself on a platform. You basically made a target for yourself, being an NFL player, and we'll call a spade a spade. You were an NFL superstar. You were well known.
Might be a little far.
You were well known.
Compared to
I was a really good punter.
You are a really good punter. I mean, you hold several records in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're broken yet.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. So you hold several records. You have the accolades. And again, no disrespect, but for a punter, your name was known. You were well known.
Mm-hmm.
Like Pat McCaffrey.
Yeah,
I always screw up his. Pat. Everybody knows him now because of his antics with his podcast and College Game Day and everything like that. But what people sometimes forget was this dude was that guy on the football field. He was a rock star, man.
Yeah, he laid a hit on, I forget who they're playing. It might have been Detroit, but he absolutely blew up a dude on the sideline. I want to say it was like 2008 or 2009.
Yeah, 2000. I remember. Yeah.
He just obliterated the dude.
Yeah,
like damn.
Hey, a punter's not supposed to do that. A kicker ain't supposed to
right?
do that. But you put yourself out there. You took a huge stance, and you really did. I mean, at the end of the day, you put a big target on your back. What was that like for you to go through those motions and I got to ask, why do you feel so strongly about your views? Like I said, I have my personal reasons, and they hit very close to home to me. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm kind of curious is if that's just something you've always believed in. Being and again, you as you said from Jump Street, being from California, very liberal state, very, or is it just something that you were ingrained growing up? Or is it something that hits a little bit closer to home, a little bit more personal?
Yeah, so for me, it was definitely it's something that I've evolved into, right? Like, because growing up, even though I grew up in California, like I grew up in the mid to late 80s into the early 90s, right? Which is a time when homophobic language was very much the norm. Like that was something that, like, you and your friends, like, you called each other gay, right? You called each other fags. Like that was just something you said. But as I grew older, I was kind of like, hey, wait a minute, like, why am I using these words to talk with my friends when it clearly hurts a subsection of people, right? Like, why would I cause them pain when there are so many other swear words I could use? Like there's not a
we use them all on this show.
Average Stephen always needs more. That's what the problem came in at.
Right, exactly. Like I have a ton of choices. Like I can joke around with my friends without causing harm to other people. And so I've also been a very, like, the way I was raised was essentially, treat other people the way you'd like to be treated, right? Like it's if you don't want someone to do something mean to you, like, don't do something mean to them. And for the most part, it was mainly more of a personal view. I would say I wasn't like super active in terms of like high school or college. It was more just kind of a live and let live. And then when I was in Minnesota, when essentially the conservative movement there was trying to pass an amendment in the state constitution to ban same-sex marriage. And so there was a group, Minnesotans for Marriage Equality. They approached me during the off season, like, hey, we've seen your Twitter feed. Like, we've seen the stuff you talk about. We think you might be interested in helping stop this amendment. And, I thought about it for a second. I was like, yeah, I think I'd be okay not enshrining bigotry into the state's constitution. Like, I think defeating that would probably be a good use of my time. And so I was like, yeah, sure, I'll help out. It's like that seems like a good use of my platform, because for whatever reason, people are listening to me, and so might as well use it to do something good. And for the most part, like, it was pretty under the radar. Like, I went and talked to the team, made sure, like, hey, you guys are okay with this? Like, yeah, it's fine. As long as you're Chris Kluwe, private citizen, you're not speaking for the Vikings. I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, I'm not going to say this is what the Vikings say. I'm saying this is what I, Chris Kluwe, believe, we should do. And so it wasn't until the Deadspin piece I wrote went, like, super viral that it became that a big deal.
That Deadspin piece, and I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't read it until last week after Cam and I was talking.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
a little controversial. Just
a little bit. I mean, and so the funniest thing about that is, so the title of it is, they won't magically turn you into a lustful cock monster. And I'm not the one who chose that as the title. That was actually the editor. The Deadspin editor was like, yep, that's going to be the title. And the thing is,
the editor, I gotta say,
right? Tommy Craggs, he's a fantastic editor. But yeah, it's funny because
I initially my ex-fiance.
Dig! Holy shit!
So I'm assuming they share a name.
Good to meet you, Chris. Nice talking to you.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, so wrote that piece, right? Now all of a sudden, like, my stance was now a huge deal because it was getting national attention, and like the team unfortunately did not react in a very good way, in my opinion. In that, so basically, the day after it came out, because it came out on a Friday, then it was Saturday, getting ready for the game, and head coach Leslie Frazier, calls me into the office, and he's like, Chris, I need you to stop talking about this. Like, just don't talk about this anymore. I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure about that, but like, we're getting ready for a game, so let's kind of table this for now. We'll have a discussion about this. Very next day, right? It's our season opener against the Jaguars, and the owner of the team, Ziggy Wolf, comes to me during pregame as I'm warming up. He's like, Chris, I just want to say, I thought that letter you wrote was an amazing thing. Like, I thought it was really cool. And so in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I'm getting mixed messages here. The head coach is saying one thing and the owner's saying another thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And so then the next day after that, on Monday, like, I went back to see Coach Frazier, and I'm just, because he had called me back in, like, hey, are you going to keep talking about this? And I'm just like, Coach, like, the owner said he's okay with this. Like, he's like, well, I guess I'm overruled then. I'm like, I don't want to put you in a bad spot, but like, again, this is me and my private time talking about this. Like, I'm not, I'm not getting on a soapbox in the middle of the locker room. Like, if, and that was always one thing that I was really careful about, is that I know a lot of guys in the locker room that are just there to play football, right? They don't want to have to think about outside world stuff while they're there playing football. And so for me, it was never like, I'm not going to harangue you. Like, I'm not going to try and corner you and make you, try to talk about things. Like, if you want to have a conversation, I am more than happy to have a conversation with you. But while we are at the facility, first and foremost, we are playing football, because again, it is an extremely difficult job to get. Now, by that same token, when I'm away from the facility, I'm not playing football anymore, so I get to do whatever I want. Which means if I want to spend my free time, doing events or doing, radio ads or whatever, then I am free to do that because I am an American citizen. That is kind of the idea of citizenship. And so, yeah, it was, the season was kind of awkward in that my special teams coach really did not appreciate what I was saying. He started using some homophobic language and was not very pleasant to be around. It kind of changed from the normal, like, special teams coach player relationship to more of a, like, getting some real hostile vibes here. And, I'm just going to try and tough out this season and hopefully it'll be better next year. And then they drafted a punter in the 5th round. I was like, well, I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
So yeah, then after that, I had a preseason with the Raiders, got beat out by Marquette King, which was a fair competition. He was a really good punter.
Yeah, Marquette turned out to be do pretty good things. I mean, again, I think
he had a
he
hell of a
was
leg.
absolutely on your level, and and unfortunately for you, at that time, he was quite a bit younger.
Oh yeah, no, and that's the thing. I can't blame them for making that decision because it's the exact same decision the Vikings made when they brought me in. Like they brought me in because Darren Bennett wasn't having a very good preseason for the Vikings, and so they're like, okay, we're going to take a flyer on this young kid, and if he works out, great. We just saved ourselves a bunch of money, and we got a good new punter. If he doesn't work out, we'll just bring back the veteran, week 2 or week 3. So yeah, like that's just the nature of the business. I have no issues with how. Personal. Yeah, like the Raiders, I have no issues with how they handled it. Like the time I knew that my career in the NFL was over was the nearing the end of the 2013 season. It was when Cincinnati had the Sunday night game and Kevin Huber got his jaw broken on the blindside hit. Because I was in it was actually right before the all 25 Metrodome team. Like we were there for the celebration, and then I was out at dinner with some friends. We were watching the game at the restaurant, and I saw him get his jaw broken. I'm like, I'm probably going to get a phone call tomorrow morning. So yeah, sure enough, get a phone call from Cincinnati the next morning, like, hey, can you come to Cincinnati for a tryout? I was like, yeah, I'll be there. I just need you to get me some cleats because I don't have my cleats with me because I've been traveling for this whole 25 Metrodome thing. So yeah, so they got me some cleats, and so I did that tryout, and there was I think there was 5 of us there, and that was a tryout where I definitely felt okay, like I have won this job. Like I've shown. I know I can still punt the football. I can directional punt it where they want it to go. I've still got distance and hang time. I'm a proven veteran in that, I've been in playoff situations before. It's not like I'm going to get wild-eyed at what's going on. And you're not looking for a long-term replacement for Huber. You're just looking for someone to get through the rest of the season and potentially, if you get into the playoffs, knows what they're doing. So it's like this is the optimum, chance for me to get back in the NFL. And so got to the end of the tryout. They put me in the cafeteria with everyone else. And then the ops guy comes up. He goes, so Chris, do you fly into LAX? I was just like, nope, John Wayne, please. Because they were sending me back home. So after that, I was just like, okay, if I didn't make it at that spot, then I don't think I'm ever going to play in the NFL again, despite having played for 8 years. Gotcha. And so that was at the point where I was like, okay, I need to talk about what happened with the Vikings because I really do feel that they cut me not based on my performance, but because of the stances that I took. And I felt, and that was that was the other piece I wrote for Deadspin that went semi-viral. It was I think I titled that one, I was fired by 2 cowards and a bigot. And
see, here's my question to you: the fact that you even admit that, you say even when you're off the field, you're able to do your own time as a citizen. This is true. NFL, public affairs, did they come talk to you?
Yeah. So here's the thing. When it became clear, like, the owner was behind me, he was on my side, and they're like, okay, yeah, you got to do your thing. The head coach, Leslie Frazier, he said, okay, well, let's bring our media people in, have a talk. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. We'll have a talk. But the way they presented it, the way they phrased it was like, okay, let's limit the amount of appearances you do. We'll do just, this one here and maybe this one here. And the way I read it, and who knows, maybe I was reading it wrong. Maybe they did actually want to help me. But the way I read it was like, okay, you're trying to do the bare minimum to make it seem like you're supporting me, while at the same time not letting me speak out like the way that I feel like I should be speaking out on this. Because for me, it was like, okay, if you want to do an interview request, yeah, I'll happily grant you an interview. Like, I'm more than happy to talk about this subject. And again, it's not during football time. Like, this is during my free time. Like, that's.
And I'm not gonna lie to you.
Right, it's not like you're
somebody who was Jeff and I were former military. I was Air National Guard. He was Navy. They tell us a lot of times something happens up in here, you go talk to them before you ever talk to the press. Period. That industry.
Exactly.
So you were in the industry, a franchise, an establishment, a foundation that had a pretty decent pocket compared to what we're used to. So I'm quite sure they was like, don't do this off camera. Don't do this off field.
Right.
Mess that up. And was it anywhere in your contract where it said you couldn't speak your mind in that way? Would be the next question to ask you.
Yeah, no, the only things they have in the contract are the it's like the personal behavior clause, where essentially, like, if you do something that brings negative attention on the team in a bad way, they have the right to. Well, so here's the thing.
Where I was getting ready to go to.
Right. So do you consider speaking out for LGBTQ rights a negative behavior?
No,
right.
I don't consider it negative, but back you said 2012, correct?
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, and so that's the thing.
Touchy subject back then, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, so here's the thing. It's a touchy subject, but the NFL can't have its cake and eat it too, right? Like you can't be the league that tries to present itself as a progressive league, like, oh, we care about breast cancer. Oh, we care about, LGBTQ rights. Oh, we care about this and that, and then not actually back up your words with actions. Like, and that's something the NFL's always struggled with, right? Like they want to have the public perception, but they don't necessarily want to do the work to actually, make it happen in reality.
That's what we keep hearing more than anything. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Well,
and to be fair, and let me clarify that as well, is that to be fair to the PR people in the NFL, I'm sure I was an absolute nightmare to deal with, right? Because I'm doing everything that they probably don't want a player to do. Going on your own and doing interviews, talking about a touchy subject, especially one in the upper Midwest.
Your answers weren't politically correct. That's what drove them crazy.
Right.
That's all.
Right. But the thing is that I'm also a very firm believer that, like, if you do want to see systemic change, like, you have to take actions in order to make that happen. And you have to be willing to put your own self on the line if you expect other people to do the same. And so that to me was one of the driving influences, is like, how can I expect, if I'm ever in trouble, how can I ever expect someone to speak up for me if, when I have the platform, I don't do the same for other people? Like, then I'm just a hypocrite.
See, Tony?
That's fair.
You and your love for Monchi cheese are represented right here. I'm just saying.
My comments for you.
Now, I will also say, if I hadn't gotten kicked out of the league in 2013, I am 100% confident I would have been kicked out in 2016 for taking a knee with Colin Kaepernick.
Right. I was going to be my next question.
So it was only a matter of time.
Right.
As an NFL player, how did you see that? And I want to ask you, as somebody who was an NFL player, I never asked anybody who was in the NFL, what did they consider that to be? Was it controversial? Do you think he was wrong? Do you think he was right? Just your thoughts on it entirely.
Yeah, so for me, obviously, I don't think it was controversial because I agree with Kaepernick's statement. I think we have a huge problem with police brutality in the United States. I think it's an ongoing problem. Yeah, and it's a blatant problem, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and here's me preaching, to a black man, right? Like
He said it, not me. I gotta say, he said it, not me. It wasn't me this time.
But again, like, it's it is a significant problem. And the thing is, though, is that the NFL, it's not made up of one group of people, right? It's made up of people from all over the country, which means you're going to get viewpoints from all over the country. Like each locker room, right? It's a microcosm. Like it's not just, oh, because you play in this region, you're all from this region. Like it used to be that way back in the 50s and 60s when they couldn't afford to have players from everywhere. But now it's like, no, you're coming from everywhere. And so the thing with Colin's case is that I thought he handled it perfectly. I mean, the fact that, like, he didn't make a big spectacle of it, like, until it became a big spectacle because people started focusing on it, right? Like, he was doing it for a month up until the media decided, oh, hey, like, let's actually talk about this.
I agree.
Right.
I do agree. And repeatedly, yes.
Right. And he also made sure, okay, this is going to be my personal protest. Like, I'm not forcing anyone else on the team to do this. I've consulted with active members of the military, right, to be like, hey, what do you think is the most respectful way to do this?
Well, I mean,
stand up, go sit down. It's your choice. We got to. Of course, we're going to.
There was a lot of
games. Like, I'm sorry, Click. I just want to jump in. My bad, bro.
No, you're good, man.
When I was a kid, I used to go to baseball games.
Mm-hmm.
The stadium in New York, because I was born in Queens. When I was in Virginia, I used to go see the Tide.
We'll forgive you for that.
When they played baseball, people were not standing in the 80s.
Right, they're taking a piss.
They were saying about Colin Kaepernick, and I go hard about that. Everybody, he disrespected the military. No, he didn't.
No,
you don't see us pissed off of that. What you ought to be pissed off is the citizens who aren't even in there, who aren't even going anywhere, who aren't even signing up, who aren't trying to go overseas, who want to talk about they ain't standing. Those are the ones that I got a problem with, who want to get mad at him. And then he specified specifically, this is about social injustice. He didn't say racial. He didn't say another police. He just said social injustice, period, because it's a bigger issue than what a bunch of you will see it on television. Spoiler alert, right? I don't even realize what the hell he was saying, and then he was mad at him. My apologies. Please continue. I'm I'm off my soapbox.
No, absolutely.
You're fine.
Hey, man,
You're fine.
I'm right there with you on your soapbox.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine, Tony. I told you guys. I told the guys Monday. We were gonna have fun. We're gonna do what we do here on the show. But I was gonna maybe slightly dive into a little bit more of a controversial because
I love getting political.
Chris, the one thing you got to understand is we have two rules on the podcast because we don't want to piss anybody off. We don't do politics. We don't do religion. But
they don't want to piss nobody off. You ought to see the other shit they talk about. These two fuckers.
Shut up, Tony. Just because I'm the worst racist in America does not mean anything.
You are. And you ain't even in America.
You're not even in America.
Exactly.
You're in Mexico.
Exactly. I'm the worst racist in the planet. But at the end of the day, you know, when it comes down to it, you're one of those guys where you took your platform where you had clout in your arena of the NFL, where you saw a way where you could take your status and say, look, this is what I believe in. And I 100% respect that. And I think it's badass that you were able to do that. And you were kind of almost in a way where you're like, damn the consequences. This, and Kaepernick is the same way. Some of the things Kaepernick did, I don't 100% agree on. But at the end of the day, he took a stand because he says, I have a platform and this is how I feel. And people need to see that. Well,
that he didn't
shit
really
goes on that not everybody sees.
Kaepernick didn't really say damn the consequences like Chris did. Chris, I mean, in all honesty, 100%. You know, you said to hell with it. Why do I need to be here? This is going to be the way these guys are gonna treat me when I take a stance. After you were told what you do in your free time, as long as it doesn't pertain to the organization, or you don't say the Minnesota Vikings feel this way. This is my belief and this is my view. You said, all right, well, obviously my time here is done, and you left. Where you know, and nothing against Kaepernick's stance, but he didn't take that stance. He then turned around and made, you know, several millions of dollars from Nike, and still kept coming back to the NFL. My thing was, yeah, you had one good season, and after that, as a football fan, look at. I
got to push back on that. And so as someone who played in the NFL, I got to push back on that.
I would have taken the millions of dollars myself personally.
I'm not going to send out money.
So here's the thing: from the social standpoint, Kaepernick has done a lot of really good work with his charities, and that like the money really that he has gotten for doing that is like he has reinvested like the vast majority of that into actually making people's lives better who need those funds and those resources.
No, I agree with that. He really has. He's given back a lot.
From a football player's perspective, are you honestly trying to tell me that Tim Tebow can still get looks from teams and Colin Kaepernick can't?
I agree.
No, Tim Tebow shouldn't.
That's some grade A bullshit.
Don't even start me on Tim Tebow. Do not start me on Tim Tebow because that goofy bastard.
Oddly enough, I know who that is, so I'm going to shut the fuck up right now. Because
don't even get me started on Tim Tebow because I said it from before he was ever even left Florida. I said this man will never be an NFL quarterback. If he wants to have a mediocre career in the NFL, maybe he should try a different position. Maybe
he would have been a great tight end or fullback.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was not a quarterback.
He was not an NFL quarterback. And why NFL teams still keep entertaining this goofball, I don't know why.
Yeah, it's and I mean, and the thing is, like, it's not even Tebow. It's you look at all of like the quarterback busts, right, in the NFL, because it is really difficult to play NFL quarterback at a NFL quality level. Like there's a reason why quarterbacks are played so much. Like that is a very difficult position to play. And like I'm not even saying, you know, pay Kaepernick like top 5 money. Like the years that he was trying to get back in the league, there were at least 10 to 12 teams that could have used him at quarterback, and it would have been a clear and substantial upgrade. Like, and that's what the issue was, is that he should have been playing. He should have been given the chance to play. And then, you know what? If he flames out from there, okay, he flames out. Like, it happens. But to not even have the chance, like to not even get to go back out on the field, like that's just not fair.
That goes back to what you said. The NFL wants to portray this image, and again, I mean,
right? They want to have their cake and eat it too.
Me being a football fan, and me, actually being a fan and not buying into the bullshit. They want to want to look progressive, and they want to look like they take all these stances, and they want to, in the spotlight, but behind closed doors. They they say something totally different.
Yeah, it's a really
and I think that's what happened to you and what happened to Kaepernick. You guys took a stance for something you believed in, and at the end of the day, you got kicked in the dick for it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You got kicked right in the dick for taking a stance, and I believe that from coming from,
so he's gonna get more and more aggressive.
So the thing is though, like that was also something I thought about, like before I even started speaking out on the issue. It's like I knew that was one of the potential consequences, but that was a conversation I had with myself. Is okay, will I be okay if this is one of the outcomes? I'm like, I will be okay if this is one of the outcomes, because I've had 7 years in the NFL up to this point. Like this will be my 8th year in the NFL. That's 8 more years than 99.9% of the population ever gets. Like I will be just fine. And if I have the chance to make other people's lives better, then like, how am I going to be the asshole that doesn't take that? Like,
yeah, exactly.
No, 100%.
How are you the hero of the video game? You don't act like a hero.
But like you should be in the Hall of Fame of celebrities that stuck your neck out. I know you're not a huge fan of the name celebrity, but you should be on the Hall of Fame of celebrities who stuck your neck out and got your head chopped off for it, because you believed in something, you stood up for it, and I applaud you for it.
Well, thank you, but I mean, again, it's wanting to live in the world that I want to live in. Like I want other people to not be afraid to make that same decision.
Exactly.
And I know it's a really difficult decision to make. Like not everyone's in the same position. Not everyone has the same resources, but if I don't do it when I have access to the resources, how can I expect someone else to do it?
Exactly.
Well, on that,
Cam's got a question.
we can address that real quick. Cam wants to know who was your favorite / best connection you had with an NFL player of another team?
Of another team, I honestly probably just all the punters and kickers that I played with, because it's kind of like, one of those, like we all do the same job. We know no one else understands our job. It's like nobody's kind of commiserate with each other.
Of a niche group, right?
Let's call a spade a spade. Come on, Chris. Nobody respects kickers and punters. Come on.
Right? Yeah, no, nobody does. And the thing is, though, is it because like no one understands how to actually kick or punt a football? Like
exactly.
In my entire time playing football, from high school all the way up through the NFL.
To say something bad.
Hold up.
Shut up, Jeff.
My entire time playing football, I never had a special teams coach, and this is including the NFL. I had 4 different special teams coaches in the NFL. I never had a coach that could explain to me the fundamentals of kicking or punting a football. It was always kick it, just kick it over there, kick it over here, make sure it does this. Well, how? How am I going to do that? I don't know. You figure it out. Can you imagine if your team had a quarterbacks coach who did not know how to throw a football? This is the guy in charge of your quarterbacks. Like you would be livid.
I'm saving Jeff from himself. Yeah, I'm saving Jeff from himself.
But I mean, but on the flip side, not to take myself too seriously, why would you ever need to know how to kick a football? It's not a valuable life skill.
Well, let me ask you something. On that note, and this is not disrespectful. Do you actually know how to cook a football, or is it just something that you do?
Yep. No, I'm actually so I'm writing a book on it right now, because after having coached special teams freshman football in Southern California for the past 4 years, so here's the thing. Like I'm watching game film, right, of these other freshman teams, and no one knows how to coach special teams. I'm just like, how? It's really not that hard. Like it really isn't. And again, like if I know how to do it, why wouldn't I help teach other people how to do it?
I know. I agree with that. I mean, I only played high school football. Obviously, I didn't play on the level you did. But seriously, our special teams coaches in high school basically told our field goal kickers, our punters, and our kickers, just go kick the ball.
Right? That's how it is everywhere. Yeah, just go kick it.
I can't help it. I have to do it. Laces out.
That laces out. Well, again, but so here's the thing. That's actually factually correct, because if the laces are back, the point of contact is not with the ball, it's with the laces. So now instead of hitting like a broad surface of the ball, you're hitting a tiny little point on the laces. It can shoot off in any direction. Like there's an actual physics reason.
Fuck you, Glick! You told me not to say it. I did it, and I'm vindicated, motherfucker.
No, I told you not to compare him to Ray Finkel, and I had to break down the difference between a punter and a kicker to the non-football fan.
So to be fair, I've had football fans not know the difference between a punter and a kicker.
No, in all seriousness, as I stated before, my knowledge of sports comes from movies, and I asked Chris today. I said, Chris, so I shouldn't bring up Ray Finkel, right? And he's like, don't even fucking think about it, dude.
It's fine.
I said, and he explained me that there's a difference between a punter and a kicker. And I was like, wait, there is? He's like, yeah, they don't explain this in the movies. And I was like, fuck, I thought it was the same guy.
Yeah, that's
so I was like, I'm
going
to shut the fuck up. Like, you're talking about kicking. And I was like, laces out, motherfucker.
Got it. And that's actually one of my favorite questions. I get it like once every 4 to 5 months on Reddit is, why doesn't a team have the same guy do kicking and punting? And so I actually have a response.
I would like to know.
Yep. So actually, I'll see if I can find it, because like at this point I just copy paste the link to the original response. Yeah. But the way it breaks down is that once you get to the NFL level, it starts in the college level, because in high school when you field goal kick, you can kick off a tee, right? So you get the 2-inch block, which means you can approach the ball with more of a punting style motion. You can lock your foot out and not have to scoop the ball off the ground. In college, you have to hit the ball off the ground. You can't use the tee anymore. So now kicking becomes a little bit more of a swiveling motion with your hips, and punting is more straight on. So if you swivel when you punt, you're gonna have a bad punt. If you come straight on when you kick, you're gonna have a bad kick. In the pros, it becomes even more refined, right? Because they're expecting you to make 99% of your kicks. They're expecting 99% of your punts to be consistent. So the problem is, if you use any sort of punting motion when you're trying to hit a field goal, then you're not going to make the field goal. And if you use a field goal motion when you're trying to hit a punt, your punt's going to be garbage. Like, you're not going to have good hang time and distance. So that's just from the technical side. From the workload side, right? Teams don't carry backup punters or kickers. There's no one there to take extra reps during practice, during the season. So in college, you have your backup guys, right? You have, your backup guy to take off the kickoff return reps. You have your backup guy, to take the punt return reps. In the NFL, I think the only person who ever tried it was Keenan for the Falcons. And I want to say it was in like 2008. And he actually strained, it was either his hip flexor or his quad about 2/3 of the way through the season. Yeah, just from trying to do all three jobs, punting, kicking, and kickoffs. And so the thing is, your leg, because you're putting so much stress on it, you really can't hold up to the strain that you're putting on it, because people think, oh, you only had 5 field goals during the game. What kind of stress are you putting on it? Well, that's not counting the 30 reps you took before the game. Exactly. That's not counting the 5 reps during each drive to make sure your leg's warm and you're ready to go. And so, like, I would anticipate in a game where I had maybe 8 punts during the game, in total I probably took around 60 to 65 punts throughout the course of that game. So it's and so if you're multiplying that by doing punts and field goals and kickoffs, like, yeah, of course your leg's gonna break down. Like, it's just, there's a reason you don't have the same running back run every single time on every single play. Like, you have to give your body a rest at some point.
Wear and tear, yeah.
So, with that being said, again, this is kind of coming back to your football career, and I said we weren't going to spend all night talking about your football career because there's so much more about you. But your second to last season, or your last season, I think you injured yourself in a game. I think maybe a meniscus or something like that.
Yeah. So I had surgery.
After evaluation, you found out that you had a torn ACL.
Oh no, that was my rookie year. Yeah, that was my rookie year. Yeah, it was my rookie year. So fun
and he was still averaging almost 45 yards a kick. Ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
if I hadn't torn my ACL, I think I probably would have gone to the Pro Bowl my rookie year. But yeah, unfortunately,
As if you didn't get enough accolades your rookie year. You would
Yeah,
just get one more
I
accolade.
can't walk 25
never made Pro Bowl. Like I was a Pro Bowl alternate, but I never made the actual Pro Bowl because so after my rookie year, my coaches wanted me to directional punt because they didn't think our coverage team could cover well enough to like just blast the ball down the field. Like Leckler or Andy Lee, but yeah. So we're playing at Detroit, and
right under the bus. Beep, beep, beep.
Okay. So I have opinions on punters that are allowed to just blast it away and what that means for their stats because I was not allowed to do that past my first year, and it shows. But anyway, so we're playing at Detroit. So it's high snap, roll out to the right. Kick the ball kind of as I'm going sideways, and I felt my knee buckle when I landed, and so like I knew something was wrong, but there wasn't any pain. So I'm like, okay, I must have like tweaked something. So continued playing the game. I think it was in the third quarter. A dude came in off the edge, tried to dive to block it, completely missed the ball, landed directly on my plant foot, like as I was in full extension. So I thought I had broken my ankle, like because I was just like, oh my god, this hurts so bad. They had to cart me off the field because I couldn't put any sort of weight on it. It turned out it was just a really bad ankle sprain. So I was out the next week. When they were doing an exam of the ankle in the hospital the next day, I was like, hey, can you take a look at my knee too? Because like I felt something happen. Like, yeah, sure, we'll take an MRI on it. And so they come back to me after the MRI, like, yeah, your knee's damaged. I'm like, okay, well, that sounds not good, but I guess it can't be that bad if they just say it's damaged, right? It'll be fine. So, come back sat out the next week, come back and I played the last, I think it was 3 games. My knee definitely did not feel right. Like I couldn't really snap on it. Like it didn't feel very good, but I'm just like, all right, well, I'll just go to the training room and I'll get ice. They'll do the compression sleeve, try to keep the swelling down. And I'm a rookie in the NFL as an undrafted free agent. You got to do whatever you can to stay on the field. So I'm like, okay, I got to stay on the field.
Question, yes.
Yep. So the day after the season ends, that's when they do your exit physicals. So I go to my exit physical and they're like, yeah, so your ACL's torn. You should probably get that fixed. I'm just like, holy shit. That would have been useful information a month ago.
Exactly. That was going to be my next question. How much pressure is there as a player to quote unquote suck it the fuck up and get back out there?
Oh, it's immense. Like so there's a saying, you can't make the team from the training room. And it is absolutely true. Like if you become known as a guy who's always in the training room, you will be cut. Like, because the team doesn't have any time for that. Like there's hundreds of other people vying for your position. And if you can't play through some pain, you will not make it on an NFL field because it doesn't matter what position you play, you are going to get hurt playing football. Like even punters and kickers, you get hurt playing football because it is a violent sport. Like everyone on the field gets hurt. And so you have to know the difference between, okay, are you hurt or are you injured? Right? Because if you're injured, okay, like you have to get that taken care of. That's, and then try to get back on the field as quick as you can. If you're hurt, suck it up.
Yeah, Tony and I actually know what that is. I actually went through BUDS training, and we got told that every day. Are you hurt or are you injured?
Yep.
And so I know what you're talking about, and nobody wants to be injured. Everybody wants to just be hurt. So I get it. I get it. You've actually summed it up in a way these two dummies could never sum it up.
Yeah, no. Well, and again, it's yeah, right. I don't think Tony would be included.
Because I'm 4 drinks in the bag. Click. Shut up.
More than 4 drinks into the bag. Calm down. But I just want, Chris, I just want to shout you out real quick because you said all that happened your rookie season.
Yes.
You hold a Minnesota Vikings record for average punts per game as a rookie.
Yeah, it would have been higher if I didn't injure myself.
54.3 yards a punt.
Yeah, it's like I said,
I can't walk 53
injured.
yards.
That's insane. That's insane. If like, what would your average have been had you not been injured? Like 80, 85, 90?
Probably like 55 or 56. Because you got to remember at that point, like that was 13 games before getting injured, so I'd already had a pretty good time to set those numbers. Like,
but still,
the problem was my last
54.3 is amazing.
Yeah.
Now,
like my last 3 games.
Your rookie season, you also hold a record, and this speaks volumes for your offense. Your rookie season, Minnesota,
it's not very good.
71 punts in a season.
Minnesota,
a lot of punts. Minnesota, your offense was trash.
Yep, it was trash for a while. That was God, who was that? Was Brad? What's his name from Tampa Bay? Brad Johnson. Super
Brad
Bowl
Johnson,
winning
that was
Brad
after the
Johnson.
Super Bowl.
Oh my
That was after the
God!
Super Bowl. Yes, everybody lost their mind in Minnesota. We got Brad Johnson coming to Minnesota.
Brad Johnson,
Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Yep, had a lot of punts.
But I mean, let's just it's not all on Brad Johnson. Your guys' entire offense at that time was kind of
pretty anemic. It was not great. Yeah. It was we had Troy Williamson who couldn't catch footballs, which is not good.
Yeah,
in your first round draft pick.
Yeah. I
and Troy was a great guy. He was my roommate. Don't get me wrong. He was a very pleasant person, like awesome dude. Just could not catch a football.
Hey, you can be a great guy. You can be a great guy all day long, but as a fan aspect, if you're not, again, I dare say, Chris Kluwe, Minnesota Viking, a superstar.
Oh, 100%. I can't even walk 53 yards without eating a cigarette at 42 years old. So
you need an inhaler.
Yeah,
and this says a lot for me talking football. I'm a Cleveland Browns fan, so you know.
Oh, I feel so bad for you.
Yeah, well, I feel bad.
Finally, for somebody said it. Somebody said it.
It's been a tough century.
Shut up, Tony. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a Jets fan. Calm down.
I am a Jets fan. Yes.
Emotional damage.
All right.
No. Chris was talking earlier about bust, and the only thing, as soon as he said NFL bust, the first thing that came to my mind was Tim Couch.
Yep, that's a rough one. But the thing is, so here's the thing: it's more likely that you're going to be a bust than not at quarterback, because again, that's such a difficult position to play. Like,
right? I mean, and all focuses on you.
Yeah, well, especially these days, they're expecting guys to be Patrick Mahomes, right? They're expecting them to be perfect right out the gate coming out of college. It's like that's not the average career. Like generally, guys need at least 2 to 3 years to get used to the speed of the game, because like they're not kidding when they say the speed of the game is way faster at the NFL level. Like every single guy out there was a superstar on their team, and it shows.
You critique a lot of the players who are playing now.
Say that again. Sorry.
Do you critique a lot of the players who are playing now?
In which way?
Okay, quarterback wise, and Glick and I, we had a fantasy football league this past season, which just ended right before the big injury. And big ups to my man who came out of the hospital, to Damar Hamlin. Congratulations, God bless, all that good stuff. When I watch a lot of these young quarterbacks now, right now, my preference as far as the young quarterbacks, I'll tell you what, over the past 5 years, I think the next 2 greatest quarterbacks we'll have out of the ones that's been drafted is probably going to be Deshaun Watson and Trey Lance. Who would you say would be 2 of your greatest quarterbacks right now over the past 5 years that's been drafted?
So admission time, I'm not actually a football fan. I don't really watch football.
I'm loving you more and more, dude. I like this cat. I gotta say.
No, it's fine. Like I used to watch a bit, like when I first left the league, just kind of from a professional perspective, right? Because I still knew guys that I played with and they were still playing. But these days, like pretty much almost all the guys I played with are done. They're not in the league anymore. So I don't know enough to comment on that.
There's a kicker, a famous kicker, who was an announcer for decades. What are you talking about?
You know how much money this man? You know how much money this man signed a contract for? At one point in time, he was the highest paid punter in the NFL.
Yes,
I didn't want to ask that, but thank you for letting me know.
I think Leckler was paid more than I was. It was I think I was like solidly mid range. I want to say maybe top 5.
I said you were one of the
Yeah, no.
Stop being humble. Stop being humble. Go ahead and brag. Do I got to put the number out there? Do I got to put the number out there?
Please.
Do I need to put the number out there?
I'm more than happy. So I signed my contract. I think it was like 2000. It's either 2007 or 2008. It was for 8.2 million. I want to say 8.1 million. I think it was like 1.2 up front.
8.3 million.
8.3. Okay, yeah, that's whatever it is. But the thing is like the last. No, that's fine. The last 2 years of that I never saw because
Yeah.
as you know, in the NFL, contracts aren't guaranteed. So like I think they put it was like 1.3 and 1.5 his last 2 years. So like I never saw 2.8 million of that contract. So which okay, so let's be clear though. Getting paid $5.5 million to kick a football is still a whole crap ton of money.
Oh no, 100%. 100%.
Still a shit
I
ton
will
of
kick a football. I will right now at 41 years old. I will kick a football for $5.5 million.
Right? Yeah. Like, and I am very grateful that I had that opportunity. Like, don't get me wrong.
Chris,
like, it's
Chris,
but yeah.
Question.
Okay.
Since we brought up the subject of money, and I was hesitant to bring this up, what's the dumbest purchase you've ever made? Where you're just like, really? I bought a Ferrari because why?
That.
Kind of thing.
Don't answer that.
Shut up, Tony.
No,
I'm trying to
answer that
think.
and validate me.
I don't. Well, so here's the thing. I've always tried to be smart with money because you know in junior high when they have that presentation where it's like if you invest a penny, at 18,
right.
It's worth $1 million at 65 or whatever it is. I was like, that makes a lot of sense. And so early on, I did the math where it's like, okay, if I earn, I think it was like $10 million. Like if I have $10 million in the bank, I literally never have to work a day in my life for the rest of my life because I can live off the interest. So like I was like, I want to invest my money. Right? Because again, the NFL is not a guaranteed thing, especially as an undrafted free agent. Like you're not guaranteed.
Boys, you're looking at me. I'm telling you. Chris and I are on the same plane.
Stop it.
He's
Jeff.
just way more famous than me.
Do not disrespect Chris like that ever again. I will I will drive to Cancun and fight you.
I'm trying to think. Like I know I bought like I'm trying to think. I don't think I ever bought anything that I would consider stupid. I mean, like I bought like fun stuff, like
alligator or something stupid like that.
No, nothing like that. Like it's more like okay. So the car I bought it was a BMW X6. Which at the time was kind of like their flagship. Like it was like 80 grand or 85 grand or something like that. And I was just like I thought it looked really cool. It had all wheel drive. So it would work in the snow. And like, did I need that car? No, I didn't need that car. But I was like, it looks cool. I have the money to buy it. I'm gonna buy that car.
Right.
I actually just recently traded that car in last year, and it had I think 138,000 miles on it.
Wow.
So I got my money.
Wait, when did you buy that car? When did you buy that car?
2008, I think 2007, 2008,
wow,
somewhere around there.
Nice, nice.
Boys, mad respect.
So that's who
Chris,
I am. Like
the BMW X6 has a drivetrain in it that you only see in sports cars in an SUV.
Hey, Glick.
Yeah, no, it's a great car. I love that car.
That thing's amazing. I'm actually trying to find one.
He's going back. He's going back to timeout.
Hold on. So now I'm going to ask. So here's my question to you: what car do you think I replaced it with?
Ooh. Okay.
Prius.
No,
close.
Shut up, Glick.
I said. He said close. No, he said close.
Oh my God! Do not tell me you bought a Tesla. Do not tell me you bought a Tesla.
Nope, not a Tesla. I can't stand Elon Musk. Not a Tesla.
He bought that ugly Ford Mustang SUV.
Nope. I bought a Chevy Bolt, all electric.
I was about to. You know what? I was thinking the electric cars. I couldn't get it out. I was thinking about the Honda electric, but I was thinking about that Chevy Bolt looks nice. That's on the road.
Oh yeah, no, it's cool. I think it was like 35. It was 35 grand for the 2022 model, and I think it's actually going down by like 8 grand or 9 grand next year because they have a new production line work. So like it's not a really high frills car, but it is like it gets me from A to B. It transports my kids. It transports my kids' stuff. It's like
I mean, it's a Chevy. I can't be mad at you.
I'm not mad about
it's made in America.
Yeah. No, I had a Chevy Cruze. I loved it. I bought it brand new in 2017. I absolutely loved it. Unfortunately, my kids are growing up. What's going on, Triple R?
Triple R in the house.
Al Bundy.
All right, I got videos up.
Best quarterback of all time. Yeah.
No.
But I just recently upgraded to an Equinox. I traded my Cruze in for an Equinox. I can't be mad at it because I bought my Cruze for $14,500, and I got 12.5 on a trade-in after I had it for 4 years and put
That's pretty
70,000
good.
miles on. Yeah.
Chris, if you
So-
get-
Who did you scam to get that deal?
No,
Yeah, you know, they see,
look at that equinox.
they know the champ when they see a champ. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
It really is a hell of
As
a
good as, when you're as good as Click. I mean, you know.
as the car guy of the group,
There's that mountain slope just
As-
going up.
as the car psychopath nut in the group, I keep telling him I don't know what deal with the devil he made, but he would never be able to make that deal again. And he keeps telling me, my biggest thing is like, I'm in, for the past like 5 years, I've been in between vehicles because where I live in Cancun, Mexico.
He has 2 broken down cars in his driveway. He's not in between.
My car is the fucking classic, Christopher. Shut up.
So you keep transferring parts from one to the other?
No, I actually own a
Oh, radiator's busted because I could grab that one.
No,
Oh, muffler fell off.
I actually own one of a very sought out car. I own a 97 Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Okay.
Calm down, Paul
yeah.
Walker.
Oh my God.
Does it have NOS?
Fuck! Just pile it on, boys. I'm here. But
Hold on. What color are the undercarriage lights?
oh my God, none.
He has green, white, and red for the Mexican flag.
Oh wow.
Don't make me pull my flag, boy. You know I got it here. But I constantly
Chris
talk
redeems
about-
himself and comes to the Glick side. Welcome to the Glick side,
God
Chris.
damn it.
It's so much.
How did I
better.
know I was going to get ganged up on this again, no matter what? Because I'm not a sports guy.
Right.
These two give me shit all the time because I constantly look on Facebook Marketplace because I refuse to buy a brand new car.
Smart
because
choice.
I'm actually the dumb idiot that literally is like, I bought a truck, let's put a 12-inch lift on it and put a stereo that you would see at a concert as opposed to a car. And they constantly make fun of me for it. And I can't give you shit about the fact that you bought a Chevy. But the Bolt, oh my God, dude.
It was affordable,
I'm actually-
and it had headroom.
No, I get it.
Like, 5.5 million. Calm down with affordable.
That's how you keep your 5.5 million.
No, and you know what? I cannot agree
Hey,
more.
bro. Hey, cheers to that, Chris. You ain't
They
wrong.
constantly give me shit because I don't buy a car. But what I'm doing instead of buying a new car is I'm literally buying investments so that eventually I never have to work again. And Mr. Glick never seems to understand this concept because I literally get a Snapchat every couple weeks. Just buy a fucking car.
Just buy a car, bro. Just buy a car.
No.
Before
I was gonna say I was gonna answer Cam's question, and then I gotta
Oh,
go
yeah.
because I have to take my daughter
Yeah, no, I wanted
to
you
her
to
soccer dinner.
Yeah.
So
damn.
I actually get recognized more than I would assume is normal, but it's not actually that often. And funny enough, one of my neighbors about 6 houses down recognized me as an NFL player, but primarily from my old Twitter handle. He's like, "Oh, you're that Chris Warcraft guy." It's like, all right, good on you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. So, Chris, before you take off, I know you got to take off. You got to be a dad, and I've had to be a dad a couple times tonight because there's a few other things I've wanted to get with or chit chat with you about, and the Chris Warcraft thing was one of those things. I'd love to reach out to you. I'd love to have you back on the show.
Sure. Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. Just let me know
as soon as you're available. I know you're not on Instagram very often, but if you want to throw out, if you're on social media, feel free to throw out your social media or anything like that. I have your email now, so I'll get with you because I'd love.
Oh, sorry, I keep
Go ahead,
cutting
man. No, go ahead. We do the same thing.
Par for the course. Par for the course.
I'm at Chris Kluwe on Instagram, although I almost never check that. Other than that, send a smoke signal. Maybe I'll get it.
Send a smoke signal. Yeah, well, I have your email now, but I would love to have you on again very soon because there's a lot of things. I mean, because you.
Oh, we didn't touch on half the stuff that we could have talked
I
about.
was going to say,
Yeah, no,
you're a
like
writer.
we all know you. Yeah, you're a writer. You're a musician. You're a dad, and all
I try
that
to stay
stuff.
occupied.
Yeah.
Well, no, but before you head out, Chris, I know you're a writer. I know you're a
We'll
musician.
just save it, Jeff.
Well, no, but give us a shout out of all the things you're involved with, and like for instance, Glick was telling me that you were in part of a band. Give us a shout out for that band, and like I don't know, I unfortunately I work all the time, so I haven't been able to do my research. But anything you've written, give us a shout out so where we can find your written works.
Okay. Yeah. So I have a science fiction book out. It's called Otaku. You can find that probably wherever books are sold. It was released by Tor. I have another self-published one called Prime. Me and my buddy Andy wrote that one. That one you can probably only order from Amazon. And pro tip, if you ever want to sell something on Amazon Prime, do not name your thing Prime because no one will find it.
Nobody will ever find it. Yes.
Pro tip,
I was in a band called Tripping Icarus. You can find our music on Spotify if you wish. I think we're also on Bandcamp. Maybe on iTunes. I have no idea.
You're also
on Bandcamp? No shit. Okay.
Yep. And then let's see other stuff I've done. I think I've done some other stuff, but yeah, I can't remember.
You've done a lot of stuff. I mean, yeah, like I said, I want to have you come back on the show. This has been awesome.
Yes, 100%.
I didn't. No, for sure. Yes. Sorry, I got to run. Like, I would love to spend another hour chatting, but yeah, I got to take my daughter to her thing.
Yeah, run. Go be a dad. We're all three dads, so we all know what that's like. I'll hit you up. I'll send you an email, and maybe we can get together again, and we'll just have you just jump into the show from Jump Street with us one night. Very soon, and we can just hang out and do the show together. And because there's a lot of things I want to talk to you about, and plus you're a super cool guy. Like I didn't expect this. I didn't know how to. I was nervous and excited at the same time because of being a football fan, and then also knowing, all the things you've done outside of the NFL. I'm like, I'm super nervous right now, but at the same time super excited. And then you come in here and you're like, boom, you're one of us.
Yeah, you're
just trying to be a person like everyone else.
No, but at the end of the day, the one thing you've taught us tonight is that you're one of the boys. We can pick on you just as much as we pick on everybody else.
You got to be able to laugh at yourself. Otherwise, how can you laugh at someone else?
Exactly.
All right,
Chris,
we'll catch you guys later. Thanks, Random Reviews.
Hey, thank you, man.
Random
Appreciate
Reviews
you.
with the link there, folks.
Yep.
Yeah,
thanks, Chris, for showing up.
Man, that was awesome.
Hey,
cool. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Chris. That was awesome. I can't wait to have him back on the show. I'm gonna
Big ups to Cam for hooking that up. Chris, thank you for coming through.
Yes.
That is monumental for this Joker right here because he's always wanted a whole bunch of shit to make his show big. Everybody's got something bad to say about this damn show. How many of you motherfuckers got celebrities out there? He has now entered my echelon of interviewing famous people.
Now, whoa. Do not.
Got me fucked up. Got me fucked up. Hell no. Come on, Wayne. To the no. Come on. Hell to the no. To the no. Come on. Hell no. To the no. To the no. To the no. To the no. Hell to the no.
I cannot back to back. Fuck you. I cannot, and I will not. I cannot, and I will not take credit for this. This is all Cam, Killer Cam.
It was Cam.
Yes.
It was Cam.
Shout out, hey Cam. I love you, brother. Cheers to you, man.
Yes, Cam. Thank you,
Cheers,
sir.
Cam, for real. Glick, congratulations.
I've been holding on to fried chicken for the past 45 minutes.
Earned your belt as a low-level live streamer who has interviewed a millionaire.
That wasn't a porn star.
He wasn't either.
Yes, she was. Don't
shit on my damn interview.
I'm not shitting on your interview, man.
You fucking me up. I ain't talked to her since. You son of a bitch. Stop
I didn't
that
do
shit.
that. I was
Wait.
No.
Wait.
Hell no, Tony D. I was there supporting you. I supported you from Jump Street.
Explain this.
You confused me with J Money. You got me fucked up.
Oh, I got on his ass.
No.
I know you did, and you should have.
No. Wait.
I supported you, and I was happy for you, man. So don't even put that ego on me, Ricky Bobby.
No. Explain this to me. What happened?
Tony had Tracy Bingham on his show on Haps. Tracy Bingham twice. Tracy Bingham caught fame as a celebrity for being on Baywatch. The original Baywatch.
Okay.
She was a model. After Baywatch, she did some.
No, she didn't.
And you know what? As a movie guy, and I think Tony, you can say the same thing. Some B movies.
A couple of movies.
Okay.
A couple little B movies, but she also jumped into the world of porn.
And you don't talk to her no more? Fuck you, Tony. I'm taking you off the show.
No, this is the story.
She was not a full-on porn star. She was not like AVN.
Call it soft porn.
This is my problem right here. If I say a motherfucker don't do it, stop talking this shit about it. Now, Jay tried to bring it up that it was on Wikipedia. When he brought it up, that it made her mad. It pissed me the fuck off.
It's not on Wikipedia. It's on the internet.
Chris, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Wikipedia is the internet.
Well, it wasn't on Wikipedia, but it was on the internet. Yeah, it was on the internet.
Thank you, Randall. Thank you. God damn, all they think about it. You see the
she was on that Celebrity VH1 show. Yes. No, and I'm not taking a shot at Tracy for doing whatever you want to call it, whatever the alternative.
Cinemax.
No.
That's why your camera off. You live in another country. Shut the fuck up.
the alternative
lifestyle
business.
Okay.
But Tracy was huge. She was huge in the 90s. She was huge.
What's her name?
Tracy Bingham.
You ever watch Baywatch?
And I did not shit on you, Tony D. I believe I might have been in both broadcasts, but I know I was in the first one. I supported you.
I think you came.
I supported you.
No,
I was proud of you. I still am. I'm not throwing shade on you in any way, shape, and or form or anything like that. Like Jay did. Jay was disrespectful.
Oh, dude!
Piece of
and
shit.
For those who weren't out there, when I was doing the interview, I was trying to keep
no.
Chat tearing his ass up.
No. It was not an excuse where you can say it was Jay. No, he was a disrespectful piece of shit when Tony had her on the first time. No, it's not Jay. No,
pissed me off. Jay pissed me off.
No, it was beyond him being Jay. It was asinine. It was ridiculous. It was
he's just being a fucking stupid clown. Right?
He should have,
dude.
Yeah, he should have been there. He should have been there supporting Tony.
You know how y'all thought I was mad the other day? I would have went on just as bad that night. I was furious.
Yeah, no, Tony was
100%.
pissed. Tony was pissed because Tony and I talked about it like afterwards and stuff like that, and I don't blame him. No matter how you feel about a situation, that's your boy, and that was my mindset. Was like, I gotta be here. I gotta support my guy. Like, this is a big deal for Tony.
No, 100%.
And it was.
I mean, yeah, you get any celebrity of any rank on your show. That's a big fucking deal.
I was so nervous that first interview, Jeff. And Jeff, you don't even realize I interviewed her twice. It went for 4 hours apiece.
Jesus.
She was just there, and she would just go. She was rolling with us. She was rolling.
Big ups to Tracy Bingham.
Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, when you watch
Baywatch, bring her on this show.
She was the black woman on the show. That's how everybody knows what she is. She was fucking beautiful. Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
But it doesn't matter if she's black, white, purple, green, or polka dotted.
No, I was going to say. A lot of people be like, who is it? When you say it like that, then they be like, oh, that's who it was. And they're like,
No, but like, I to be 100% honest, I've never watched Baywatch. I knew Pam Anderson on it when Hasselhoff was on it. I
caught
couldn't.
a couple of episodes if I was off on a Saturday, but I was normally working the time that it came on because I used to work Saturdays when I was at the dog track, so I never really watched the show. But I knew who she was.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I knew who she was.
I've never seen it.
You got it. Yeah, absolutely. Random Rick.
When the opportunity came to me, I said, "Hell yeah, interview her."
Oh hell yeah,
dude!
You know,
we had so much fun. We had so much.
And you know what? And Tony D, much like tonight, it wasn't an interview.
No, it was not.
Exactly. All had fun.
It's a hang.
Exactly.
Like we don't do interviews on this show. I was explaining this to a client
I'm gonna
today.
help you out. You're on my YouTube. I got both of those interviews on my YouTube page.
I was explaining to a client today.
Random Rick, you do gotta block those folks to touch on
100%.
Random Rick said. But somebody like Jay Money, who has 975 million accounts, it's hard to
really
block
hard
all of them.
No, but it's like
because he knows he's a fucking scumbag at the end of the
Right.
day. And this is coming from a guy who has known Jay for over 10 plus years and has
He
defended this man.
Cool dude. He is a cool dude, but he's there put that a piece.
He does come across like a good dude. I'll give him that. But when you're doing a show and you're trying to do something legitimate, he's a fucking scumbag. He's a dirtbag and he's a piece of shit. Actually, you know what? I take that back. He's not a scumbag and he's not a piece of shit. He's a jealous motherfucker. Like
exactly. And I was explaining
you
to
a jealous motherfucker who ain't doing shit.
And you know,
but you want to come and shit on everybody else who's doing something.
That's our boy. We actually good with Jay. Jay has had moments where
I love Jay
because Jay is cool, but Jay does that shit that'll make you want to Lord.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, but it's like I was explaining to somebody today. One of my clients was asking me about the podcast, and I said, she said, do you guys do interviews? I said, technically, we don't do interviews.
Right.
We do hangs. Like we ask questions with a guest, and we just kind of hang out and do our own thing. Where an interview is like what Jay Leno fucking did.
I mean, we ask questions, obviously.
Right.
Jay Leno used to shoot the shit with people. He had to do an interview, but he'll shoot the shit with you.
Right.
Actually, to jump on what Tony D just said, I 100% agree with you, Tony D. And Jimmy Fallon does the same thing.
Right.
Absolutely.
You are on a show, and you gotta ask certain questions. But at the same time, you can just hang. And that's what we've done with Rocky, with Rob, Brandon Ford, Rob,
Chris tonight, Jordan and her mom.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Jordan and her mom.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Jordan
has been dope. Yeah, you have interviewed a lot of
people.
Shout
out. Speaking of which, shout out to Jordan because she is living her best life. I am to the moon. So happy for her. Excited for her.
Right.
She's doing her damn thing. She comments on her post. She commented today.
Sorry, I forgot to mention. What's his name? Prince of Darkness. Prince of
Chaos. I see him on TikTok.
Thank you. I actually follow him on TikTok. I forgot. I apologize. I forgot
Bernie,
his name.
You fucker. Good day. Good damn it.
But yeah, I mean, it comes down to we don't do interviews. We do hangs where we hang out with what?
Glick Froze, take over.
Yeah, that's what I said. We don't do interviews. We do a hang where we have a guest on, and 90% of the time it's normally just the three of us, or sometimes four of us, or sometimes Cam's up here. And I was explaining this to someone today. I said, our show is like walking into a locker room,
exactly,
and getting a view from the male point of perspective of basically three idiots. And that's not a diss.
I'm not an idiot. I'm a knucklehead.
Same difference. Idiot, knucklehead, dumbass, asshole. It's all the same thing. The three of us combined create one giant asshole that's just a dumbass.
No, we're not here to get fucked. Fuck that. No.
Wow, really?
You said a giant asshole. We're not here to get
fucked.
That's
where you went with it? Wow, Tony. Now I know where your mind is. No, but I was explaining to her. I was explaining to this client today. Oh shit! I just unplugged my.
Bernie, you missed the best part.
I was explaining to this client today that we're not a show that is scripted at all.
At all,
Because
ever.
The three of us don't have the patience to do a script.
I can
The
do
three
it.
of us
We
don't
just
have
won't follow the mother. We won't follow the mother.
right, exactly, because with my ADD, Chris's
Shut up,
ADD,
Bernie.
it comes down to we literally have to go with the flow, and where the conversations, that's where the conversation takes us. And the person I was talking to today, shout out to Sarah if you're listening. We are literally we are a construction crew's dream of a podcast.
Nah.
Because we don't hold back. There are some subjects.
We are the unfiltered interracial version of King of the Hill. Fuck that. You like that?
I do like that. I
like that because we will drink and we will talk some shit. Okay.
Oh, 100%. And I'm pretty much fucking lit. Tonight I've had like 4 really strong white Russians. I can't speak tonight.
White Russians. Okay.
I've had a week, Tony. Let me tell you, I'm dealing with.
Today kicked my ass. Now you froze. These two motherfuckers with their frozen leg and Wi-Fi's. You wonder why I got the belt. I want you all to know who the champ is. I'm holding this shit the fuck down. All right. Okay. Now
No. I'm holding shit down, motherfucker. You have to set up 3 words. but it comes down to you can't put our show into a classification because we're all over the place all the time.
Yeah, and we have fun doing it.
Yeah, and
most of you can't do this on your best day.
Right, and 90% of the shit we say is bullshit. And us picking fun at each other.
Whoa. Hold on a second, Jeff.
Yeah.
What?
Where's your charger? My computer's completely dead.
Oh,
Fuck your charger.
I need it.
Jeff said,
that
fuck
sounds like a you problem. I don't care.
Sounds like a you problem.
I have 2 things left for this thing, and it's due at midnight. I need your charger.
Oh my God, my charger's right there. Be gone, peasant.
Sorry.
Wow.
I'm overly excited because it's been a week already. And it's only hump day! We forgot to give the hump day today.
King Glick Baratheon says, be gone, peasant.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm going to fucking punch Brian in the face when I ever meet him.
No, Tony D. A couple minutes when I first came back in here, I want this to come across crystal clear with no interruptions. What did you say
about what?
About what we do?
I said we are the unfiltered interracial version of King of the Hill.
No.
What are you talking about?
I mean, you're not wrong, but that's not what you said.
What did I say?
You're not wrong.
You said people are mad because they can't do what we do.
Oh, I said that, yes.
Oh, 100%. I agree.
No, but I wanted an unfiltered, uninterrupted.
Oh, no. Say it again, Tony. Loud and clear.
People are mad because they can't do what we do.
Right.
You're goddamn fucking
because
right.
Between the 3 of us, and thank you, Tony. Between the 3 of us, we literally.
There's no crown in this.
Oh, motherfucker, I'm hammered.
No, you don't have to cheers me with a crown. I was just cheering you because you speaking 100% truth, man.
No, because literally, with the exception of occasionally we have like news stories or top 5 or something like that, 90% of this show is 100% unscripted.
Oh yes,
99% of the show is unscripted.
Okay. Yeah.
The only part
I know that sounds like an anchor guy.
Is what we
that
plan
sounds
to
like
talk
an
about, but we never
anchor
fuck
man.
around. We don't keep them topic. We always have something that we want to bring up.
Jeff,
we go on everything else.
Jeff, when we brought Chris on here, what did I say to you today?
Don't come in like Tony. Mic check, motherfucker! I'm here. I thought about it.
That's me. Yes.
That's Tony. That's true. And if Tony would have been responding to our chat, which I know he had to work today, he would have heard the same thing.
No, but that chat was.
But no. I told Jeff. I told Jeff. I said, "Shut the fuck up. Let the answers be or let the questions be answered.
Right.
Don't interrupt. and just
We're
going to be ourselves, but we're going to be professional about it, respectful, and we're going to let Chris talk.
In all fairness, he gave you most of the night before we went. We both did. We
No.
I think we handled ourselves excellently.
No, I think. I mean, at the end of the day, Chris came in ready to roll with us. I was kind of shocked.
I was impressed.
I was
held his own. The dude held his own against the three idiots.
I was very nervous. I was very nervous for tonight. Yeah, I was very nervous for tonight. I was excited.
I shit you not. Chris literally told me, "Do not bring up laces out." And I literally, it was a giant flag waved at the bull, going, "Look, laces out, motherfucker, laces out." And I couldn't help myself.
He couldn't help himself. This fucker.
No, he couldn't. But he held out as long as he could.
But
it had to explain to him the difference between a kicker and a punter.
I appreciate it for it.
Yeah. Well, it was. As I told Jeff, as Jeff and I were talking today, I said we're not taking breaks. I'm not worried about breaks.
Right.
We're gonna roll with it. And if we're on here until 11 o'clock tonight because we're having fun, we're gonna run with it. And I feel like, in all honesty, had Chris not had to leave to be a dad, which we all understand, we'd still be here doing our thing, having our conversations, bullshitting. It was the perfect spot and the perfect moment. I couldn't deny Jeff, and I knew what he wanted to do. That's why I put him in timeout. That's why I turned his mic off.
I knew. I could see it in your face. You're like, this motherfucker's going to say it.
And this is a little behind the scenes for Nonsensical Nonsense, but
no, but I mean,
no, it was.
But I'd wait.
And Tony, don't ever apologize. Again, Tony D, don't ever apologize. I wanted you. I wasn't going to bring up the Kaepernick.
You give plenty of leeway when I apologize. I'm losing my control, honestly.
No. I wanted to bring up the Kaepernick thing for his situation, but I was going to wait and see if you did it. Because I knew you were going to, but at the end of the day, it would have made more sense for you to do it than me to do it. And that's why I told you, don't apologize.
That's not racist at all.
I didn't want to bring up something like that until the conversation brought it up, and I wasn't necessarily sure what his stance was on it. I'm glad he said what he said, and I was trying to understand where he was coming from. Because everybody
got on me.
Some people really get pissed and cannot carry a conversation about that topic.
No, 100%.
It really cannot. So
because you can ask 400 people the same question that you asked Tony,
yes, and
get 400 different answers.
Mm-hmm. I could debate both sides. I'm not going to get all furious like I would about the Minnesota incident because the college. I mean, he put it down like it was. You misinterpreted. You ain't fucking listening. And I've had
but something Chris was saying when we were doing the interview, or the hang, or whatever you want to call it, is he honestly could determine, and it was 100% justified, that what he did on his free time was his free time.
He's right,
and that's what the organization told him.
Exactly, and
it backfired.
And I think it backfired on him. But at the end of the day, I think he was in the right. And this is coming from somebody that has no fucking clue about Chris's career, because I honestly, until it was brought up on Monday, I had no idea who the man was. I did do my research, but it comes down
football
to
nerd here. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, exactly. I can't exactly agree with 100% of what cars he bought, but I get it. But this comes back to what Tony's and Tony. I believe that what you say when we do our football conversations and we do the football show, and whether it continues forward going into the playoffs and in the off season, that's totally up to you. I will make a better effort to be there more often. And Tony, you've told me I'm a numbers guy. I'm a stats guy. I'm I'm that guy who's going to say when Tony says, well, I wouldn't go with Brock Purdy this week. And I'm going to go, well, Tony, let's look at the numbers for a second. And this is why you should
really consider Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers.
Right.
Because I get a little bit more involved. I always have been. That's where how Tony,
like
how
your
you
nature
feel
of the
about
game.
Star Trek. Yeah, no, how Tony feels about Star Trek and how you.
When I was talking about your new Chevy, the Colorado having the 2.7 liter 4-cylinder blew my mind. Chris is like, I don't get it. But you could shout out stats to me all day, and I'm like, I have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I get where you're coming from with that. And the two of you talking your both knowledge, Chris and Tony, you're both having extremely impressive in knowledge of American football to the point where I don't even think I know every position on the team.
Right.
I find it extremely impressive that you guys have said knowledge inside and out of the game, because I think it comes down to myself. I don't give a fuck at the end of the day about football, but it's something you're both passionate about. So when you guys do your football show, you both have something important to say about the game and about said players. Where tonight, I was extremely impressed with Chris having that record in his rookie season, 50-something yards of punt return. I can't walk 50 yards without needing a cigarette. So I find that extremely impressive. I couldn't kick a single fucking punt, even a quarter of what he kicks, and be like and be okay with it, where I wouldn't hurt myself.
Yeah.
But this guy had a career of 8 years doing that. I find that extremely impressive, because I always have the one thing I do is I give credit where credit is due. So I give credit to both of you to knowing the game inside and out like you, to Chris of playing the game to full capacity.
I was honestly really hoping I was going to get that. No, you're fine. I was really honestly hoping that he was going to, and Jeff kind of spoiled the moment where Chris made the comment of, I'd like to hear a football fan's explanation of the difference between a kicker and a punter, and I was like,
I want to apologize because I did walk all over that.
Yeah,
but go ahead and give me your.
But no, I'll wait.
Let's wait till he's back.
I would like to dive into that when Chris is here, just so he could either tell me, hey, I'm an idiot. Tell me, hey, you're a fucking moron.
Yeah, now he's going to call you an idiot.
Which is fine. Which is fine.
Swear to God, I'm emailing him tonight. Make sure to tell Chris he's an idiot.
Which is fine, because in all honesty, I dumbed it down to the most simplest form for you.
Me. Yeah, 100%. Because, like, literally, I did not know. Tony, I shit you not. Chris and I had this conversation today on Snapchat. I literally said, so I should not mention Ray Finkel? And Chris is like, oh my God, don't you fucking dare. I will fly to Cancun and punch you in the face. Because I did not know that there's a difference between a field goal kicker and a punt kicker.
Well, no, not even a field goal kicker, but a kicker and a punter.
Exactly. I was like, I literally sat there and went, fuck, there's a difference? Because once again, all my sports knowledge comes from movies. Yeah. And Nigel Gruff did both.
Nigel Gruff did do both. And The Replacements. Not a real football movie. PSA. Spoiler alert, as Tony
Don't you fucking dare shit on fake Falco.
I'm not shitting on The Replacements, but as Tony D would say. Tony D, what would you say in this moment?
Spoiler alert.
I can't do it justice. Spoiler alert. The Replacements in real life football are not the same.
Fuck you both. That is the most real football movie ever made. Shane Falco, greatest quarterback to ever live.
That is not the most real football movie ever made. I will say, as far as high school movies go when it comes to football, Varsity Blues and Remember the Titans, probably the most real when it comes
high school football movie.
High school football. College football. I'm gonna go ahead and give The Replacement. Or no, shut up, Jeff. I'm gonna give Rudy, and I'm gonna give Unnecessary Roughness.
Fuck, I forgot about Rudy. Jesus.
As far as football goes, there's only one movie that comes, and I'm speaking out of turn on both college and professional football, but I'm gonna say as far as professional football goes, Any Given Sunday may be, and Jeff, for you, I'll give you a nod, behind the scenes, NFL, professional football, draft day.
Hey, I'm telling you, draft day is a fucking
but
excellent movie.
any Given Sunday might be Wildcats. Wildcats was what, high school? That didn't.
Wildcats was high school.
Yeah, no.
So not the same speed. As Chris confirmed, it's not the same speed as NFL.
Yeah, so no, well, obviously
Maybe
not.
Canadian
You got 3 degrees of football. High school,
because you got a Canadian league too, so that's like
we're not counting
quarter
Canadians.
speed.
No, we're talking in America. You got everybody in high school is busting their ass to do what they do to get to that next level.
Mm-hmm.
That next level is college football. You want to go to a D1 school if you have aspirations of playing in the NFL,
or you're a decent enough player to actually get drafted.
And then when you go from the college and you're in college, your aspirations is NFL. But like Chris said, and I said it first, and he confirmed it. It's literally 1% of college athletes.
1% of 1% is what Chris said.
Yeah, goes to the NFL.
I mean,
He
seriously,
said there are 1,600 guys
total
doing that job.
And what's crazy, if you really think about it, I could put 1,600 guys in a single building. Without even trying.
Yeah, when I worked at OSU, my library seen 200,000 to 300,000 people a day.
Exactly. So 16.
And we're going to take a percent. We're going to take 1,600 people out of 200,000 to 300,000 people.
Well, think about 1,600 people versus the planet. The planet Earth is right now like 7 billion people, give or take a couple 100,000. 1,600 people is like 0.2% of the planet.
Yeah.
At any given time. That is a fucking staggering number. So the fact that my man Chris was able to do what
superstar,
regardless, I have to disagree with him.
We didn't even tap on his accolades. Look at his accolades as an NFL player.
Oh no, I was this morning in between meetings. I was looking him up and looking at his stats. Now, granted, I could look at the stats all day and not know what the fuck I'm looking at.
Yeah, you don't know what the hell you're looking at.
I saw big numbers. And at the end of the day, my man was able to run with the big dogs where everybody else can't get off the fucking porch.
I just love the fact that he made the ultimate heel turn, and you thought he was on Team Jeff, and he flipped it on your ass, and at the end of the day, he was Team Glick. Come to the Glick side, my son. Star Wars reference.
I'll never forgive him of that. I'll never forgive. I do love the fact that I got to play a nerd video on a celebrity, and he loved it. This motherfucker laughing his ass off, going,
I wanted to, but I couldn't bring myself.
And I watched you walk away, going, "Don't fucking do it! Don't fucking do it!" But my man played it off like, "I get it. I like
cool cat, man. I look forward to having him back on the show. I'm gonna email him tomorrow and thank you for coming on tonight and find out when he's free again, because in all honesty, I want to bring him on from Jump Street. I want to bring him on from the beginning of the show and let him hang out with us. And in all honesty, I do. There are things I want to talk to him about, but in all honesty, I just want him to hang out with us and do a show with us.
100%. You know, there's a lot of people out there that couldn't take the nerd video. They would take it wrong. Some of the videos we play are little clips like the asshole and the what's the other one?
I mean, where the white women at has been knocked down to only golf.
Yeah.
Only golf hawk. Only golf
Yeah,
hawk.
because Tony doesn't get it anymore.
Tony gets it.
But like, there's people.
Tony, unmute your mic. Shut up, Jeff. Unmute your mic, Tony D. What's this motherfucker know?
What's up?
Let this motherfucker know. He said you don't get the
No.
women.
What I meant by doesn't get it, as in I don't play it when he shows up.
It's not
That's what I
Tony
meant
D's
by not
music.
getting it. Right, it's
That was a funny as fuck scene in that movie, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, boys,
Speaking of golf hawk.
look what I got here. Hey, where are the white women at?
That is golf's music, man. That is golf's
but it's
intro. That is his intro. Damn, y'all committed tonight.
But like,
Hey,
like
are
there's
you
people
mad?
that-
But let's shut out the Cheddar's box. The
yeah,
Cheddar.
let's go ahead.
Unbelievable.
Golf, you are right. We are committed tonight.
Shout out
think
to
it's just
Cheddar's
like-
box.
I'm in the bag.
Shut up, Jeff. Shout out to the Cheddar's box. Whoever's in here watching.
All right, I gotta get ready for bed. I got a meeting tomorrow.
Coming tonight, folks.
I gotta be at work at 6. This is kick
Coming
ass.
tonight.
We are at
I'm
3
the
hours.
champ, you dizzy bastards.
First of all,
You are the fantasy football champ, but you've been put on notice. You silly some bitch. You've been put on notice, you silly some bitch. Hopefully, our NFL Fantasy Football League commissioner knows what the hell he's doing next year.
First of
And,
all, hopefully the loudest voice in the room knows what he's doing next year.
Oh, the loudest voice in the room didn't get to draft his team.
You've been making an excuse all season.
It's not an excuse; it's factuality.
Excuses.
As much as I would
It's
love to
factuality.
be in part of the fantasy football thing, I have zero interest.
It's factuality. Stop playing your bullshit and stop catering to people, and then see
Would it
how
hurt
well
you
I do
guys'
next year.
feelings if
Motherfucker,
I
I have to
drafted
cater to your ass, so you part of the bullshit.
You didn't cater to my ass. I told you do what you need to do to get everybody in here, and you did what you needed to do to get everybody in there. And I was at a concert that you told me to go to.
I did.
Question, gentlemen.
I've done a draft while driving down the highway. No excuses.
Champ.
Wait,
Champ.
I got a question.
You think I'm going to do a draft when I'm watching one of my favorite bands live? You know where my phone was?
I set my pre-draft and just watch it go. What's the
You know
problem?
where my
afraid
phone
to
is?
answer that question.
You think I gave two shits in a fuck about an NFL fantasy football draft when I was seeing one of my favorite bands live and in person when I was this far away from the lead singer?
You almost sucked this dick, didn't you?
What? We did touch tips. Don't judge us. And we looked at each other in the eye when we did it. Look at me, you sexy little short, red-haired son of a bitch. And he said, "You."
Thank you.
You big bearded bastard.
No.
And he sang
Okay,
to me.
I
You
have
think
a
I cared
question.
about your draft when Matt was singing to me this far
I have
away?
a question. I have a question about fantasy football. If I did like if I joined in the fantasy football, would it upset you if I won?
No.
I made the league for people.
I mean, I wouldn't know who to fucking. I wouldn't. I mean, can I put Chris on my team? I'm just saying.
A snaggered tooth in 3 years. I know why.
You didn't draft your team either. Excuse
Shut up, Golf Hawk. Yes, you did. I seen you in the chat, you lying ass prick.
Gentlemen, I'm turning in. I know y'all.
Well, gentlemen, it is Wednesday night. We have to end the show because I need to get to bed.
We don't have to end the show. I got another
Fuck
beer
you.
to drink.
I'm beat.
I'm going
Yeah,
to
well,
sleep.
that-
I got a
you
meeting
enjoy
tomorrow.
yourself.
Then I got shit to do.
All I
I have
hear
a
is
meeting at
I'm
10 a.m.
on my man
All I hear
rack.
is, I don't want to drink alone. I don't want to drink alone.
Wait, Tony, don't worry.
You know,
Tony, I got you covered. Chris?
A, B, C, D, E, F, you and your mom and your sister and your job and your bro
Actually, I got no problem with anybody else. I'm just talking to you specifically.
Fuck both of you. Golf Hawk, you want to come over here and have a beer with you? Have a beer with me?
Enjoy, because I need to get to fucking bed. I need to eat something.
Pussy. Go get the fuck out.
You, I gotta get up. I gotta work at 9
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out.
I will fucking go.
You disgust me.
It is 11 minutes past our close time. 12 minutes at this point. To the minute.
Mad Dog 2020, baby.
Gross.
Tony likes that red MD 2020. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing, Jeff? You like that orange MD 2020. You goofy bastard.
In all honesty, I can honestly say I don't think I've ever had MD.
Ladies and
Well,
gentlemen,
I can honestly say you're full of shit.
Longest outro ever.
I can honestly say you're full of shit, Jeff, because in high school, one of the few times that we drank together, you drank MD 2020 orange.
Did I really?
Yes, you did.
Of course, you don't remember.
Was that the night I fucking passed the fuck out and got all fucking threw up all over myself? Probably.
Yeah, you passed the fuck out, threw up all over yourself. You ended up in the back of my truck, and the next morning I rolled you out onto the into the field.
That was in my fucking field. That was at my house.
I know it was. Yeah. And I was like, I gotta leave, and you're like still half into the world. I was like,
yeah, you rolled me out the back of your fucking Tony. I shit you not. I dropped 12 feet out of the back of this motherfucker's truck, and this motherfucker just started his truck up, closed his tailgate, and fucking drove off, and left my ass there.
He was at home. He was at home. He was fine.
I was what 500 yards from my house.
Yeah. Before you ended up in the okay, before you make me out to be the bad guy, Jeffrey, I'm the one who put you in the back of my truck after you threw up all over yourself, tucked you in, and made sure that you were safe.
Motherfucker, you threw me in the bed of your truck like I was a fucking
sack of potatoes.
No, like I was fucking lumber for the fucking campfire.
That has nothing to do with anything. The fact of the matter is you threw up all over yourself. I put you in the bed of my truck. I put you in the back of my truck.
You'll get it.
Where you were safe. Where you were safe. You were sound. Nobody was going to bother you. You weren't throwing up no more. And I took care of you. And
throwing the fuck up.
The next afternoon, when I decided I was going home, I pushed you out into the field.
3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm still going.
Yeah. I was like, I gotta go home. I gotta change and go to work. Bye, Jeff.
This motherfucker put his foot on my back and went.
Love you. Deuces.
As Bob Smith used to put it, he pooshed me.
Pooshed.
I'm going to golf, gentlemen.
I think it was the first and last time I drank MD.
What are we doing? What are we into the show tonight with Tony D?
Oh, let's do Wicked Woman. We haven't done it in a long time.
We haven't done what in a long time?
Wicked Woman.
It's like 4.5 hours long.
This is true. Let's do some quick. Let's see.
Oh, let's see. What's quick?
Let's do it. Do it for the money. Do it for the money.
Do it for the money for Tony D. Tony D and our new friend, Chris. Do it for the money.
Next one down.
That's not doing it for the money.
Next one down.
That's doing it for the money.
What's the price of being alone?
Do you do it for the love or you do it for the money? I like that song. I do like that song.
I sing along to that song. It's fucking awesome.
I do like that song.
I play that song just for Tony.
I do like that song. Seriously.
I can see Tony with the mohawk. And
oh fuck no!
Be in the crowd.
No. I just no. Fuck all that silly ass nonsense.
He's hilarious.
No. Well, Tony.
So watch Tony headbang. No, but I want to watch Tony headbang.
Oh, good luck
Beavis
with that.
Butthead style. Beavis and Butthead style.
I'll give you the headbang song that I would headbang to.
What will you headbang to?
Annie Up by Busta Rhymes and MOP. Watch the video.
Not a song to headbang to. I gotta say.
Yes, it is.
Woo.
They actually have a mosh
sound
pit
of
in
the police. Woo. That's the sound of the police.
See, this is why I'm trying to go to bed tonight.
Hey, gentlemen. Great show tonight, boys.
Yes, it was.
Tony or Jeffrey.
Give us a proper outro. Give us our social media. Give us all that shit, Chris. What are you, drunk?
No,
I know
actually,
I am.
No, actually, I'm not, in all honesty.
Really?
Feeling good? Yeah, damn right.
Oh, fuck. I am 3 sheets.
No, I've only had an appetizer. Yeah, no, I've only had an appetizer.
I am 3 sheets to win. I finished off my bottle of Kluwe.
Well, I was going to do the outro after the goodbyes, but I will go ahead and hit you one time with it.
Okay.
Appreciate y'all listening. We appreciate y'all hanging out. Huge thank you to our new friend. I'm going to go ahead and say new friend of the podcast.
I agree.
Chris Kluwe, former NFL
legend.
Whoa. When I say
superstar.
No. When I say, hold on, I gotta my earbud just died, so I gotta do this properly, Jeffrey.
No, go ahead.
NFL. Wait for it. Wait for it.
And I hope you're not allergic to dairy. I hope you're not lactose intolerant because it's going to be dairy.
Dairy. NFL punter from the Minnesota Vikings, Chris Kluwe. Thank you for joining us tonight. It was a great show. He was awesome. He rolled with us. He hung out with us. He came in hot. He came in fired up and ready to go from Jump Street. So shout out to him. I do look forward to having him come back on here very soon. I'm actually going to try to get him on Monday or next Wednesday. Saturday. Oh, speaking of the podcast.
Yeah.
I won't be here Saturday. So
fuck you.
If y'all want to run the show, run the show.
Okay.
Well, it's Nikki's got to work, and then we're going out to eat, and then it's a friend of hers' birthday party. So
see you Monday.
Y'all are. It's not a small violin.
Nope. Smallest record player playing the world's sweetest sorrow for you.
Okay, fuck you guys. Don't do the show Saturday night. We're taking Saturday night off because fuck Jeff and Tony, you're cool, but fuck Jeff.
I'm gonna have Jason this weekend, so I don't even know if we'll be able to.
I was about to say the same thing. I was literally going to tell you boys that I don't know how my Saturday's looking at this point.
Okay, well, we won't be here Saturday.
There you go. Let's call it.
We'll be back Monday. We'll definitely be back from Monday for sure. Maybe we'll be back Monday. Yeah, we'll be back Monday for sure. And I'm gonna try to get Chris back on next week.
And Monday's a holiday.
Well, who knows? Monday is a holiday.
Is it really? What holiday?
So I mean, if I don't have to work Monday, I'm not gonna come home until Monday, but I'll be home in time for the podcast.
Copy that.
So, but we're trying to get Chris back on here. Hell, who knows? Chris fit right in with us.
You know what? Let's try to get him as our fourth host, maybe.
But he's not a sports guy anymore, man. He's walked away from that.
Fuck that. He's a cool dude. That's all.
Just bring him on because he's a cool dude. And let him hang out with us whenever he wants.
Exactly. Let's
Yes.
give him an open invitation every week.
So anywho, what I was trying to say was,
Right.
thank you, Chris, for joining us tonight. That was
Appreciate
awesome.
it.
Shout out to Cam. Cam, you the fucking man, bro.
Cam, big ups to Cam tonight.
Remember what I told you, Cameron from Jump Street. The worst thing that they can do is say no or not acknowledge you. So don't be afraid. Go big or go home.
Yeah. Can't run with the big dogs.
Carry a big stick.
No. No. You got to do the Jack Nicklaus. Walk softly and carry an armored tank division.
It's basically
all you had to do was end the damn show. That's all you had to do.
Basically what
Shut
I
up,
said.
Tony. Nobody asked.
That's basically what I said. Speak softly, carry a big stick.
No. But Nicholas
Tony.
said
Like
in
Tony
A
D.
Few Good Men, walk softly, carry an armored
Heavy
tank.
equipment operator over there. That was one of the episodes I was listening to today. Fucking Tony D fucking completely blindsided me and derailed me. Motherfucker said, I've been a heavy equipment operator my whole life. I'm like,
whole life.
I literally just had to think about that for a second and went, oh no! Ooh, no! Bad thoughts in my brain! Ah!
For those of you who don't say I don't give Tony D enough love, I don't respect Tony D. I don't treat Tony D like a friend. Fuck y'all bitches.
Yeah,
Tony D's my
100%.
boy.
Exactly.
Tony D's my boy. I'll make that fucking 6-hour drive if this motherfucker called me at 2 o'clock in the morning.
No.
Would you?
Chris, I hate to argue with you, but Tony D is not your boy. Tony D is your brother, just like he is my brother.
Tony D, I love you.
At the end of the day, I consider you both my brothers. Tony,
Look,
just so you know, I will use
100%.
this as a human shield to sing.
I'm 100% JD. I will eventually wear him down, and he's going to tell me he loves me back.
Exactly.
That is my
That is
mission
the
in life.
new goal of Nonsensical Nonsense, to get Tony to tell us he loves us.
No, I just want him to tell me he loves me back. I love you, Brown Bear.
We love you, Tony.
You don't have to tell me. I know
We
you
love
love
you,
me,
Tony.
and I know you, and I know I'm your polar bear,
We know you're a little bit scared to say it, but we love you, Tony.
or an albino Sasquatch. I'll take that. I'm your albino Sasquatch.
You're ready.
Tony's like, just in the fucking show, click. You're in my web, Tony. Well, in the show when I end the show. With that being said, no, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for hanging out. We do appreciate it. And a huge shout out to Chris Kluwe joining us, former Minnesota Vikings punter. That was awesome. I can't wait to have him back on here because I mean, from Jump Street, as I said, he was one of us. Cool dude. Roll. Yeah, he could roll. It was super fun. Huge shout out to Cam. Huge shout out to Cam.
Cam, I owe you a roll of quarters.
That's common.
Oh, sorry, same difference.
No, not same difference.
Sure, why not?
I kept Cam locked in my basement in a cage for 4 years.
Oh, my bad.
When he turned 18, I let him free because he was too old.
Yeah. What a lucky son bitch.
No, seriously, a huge shout out to Cam for all the work he does behind the scenes for this show.
No, 100%.
You know, I said it earlier. You know, when I'm feeling like everything that I do, and you guys back me up, and it's not a shout at you guys, but you guys back me up because I literally do everything behind the scenes, the editing, the posting, the promotions.
No, 100%. I know. I give you 100% props for all that shit because I know after about 3 episodes of doing it, I'd be like, "Fuck this, you guys do."
Yeah, and Cam has been that mainstay. Like, hey man, I believe in you guys. I believe in what you guys do. He's helping me. He's promoting the show. He's lining up guests. He's doing all this and everything else. So huge shout out to Cam. Oh man, what a fun show tonight. What a fun show tonight. If you guys are not already, go ahead and check us out on all them social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Join us live every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday night right here Get in the chatter's box, you silly some bitches. Don't be scared. Just be friendly. If you're not friendly, well,
That's okay. We got something for you.
if you're not friendly, well, then it is what it is. And if you can't join us live, you can listen to us anytime you'd like on Spotify and anywhere you listen to podcasts at all at Nonsensical Nonsense. We're not hard to find. Come up, give us a follow, give us a like, and if you be so kind, as Jeff says, sharing is caring.
Exactly. Be
So
kind.
give us a share. Let other people know about us. Let other people know what we do. And don't forget to turn your notifications on. That way you know what we do when we do how we do. Baby, baby!
Look at me, look at you, look at me, look at you.
Well, that's the sound of the police.
Tony, what do you got to say for the people?
You know what? I'm not really worried about what Tony has to say to the people. We're gonna do this right.
Ooh, Chris just.
I'm gonna give Tony. I don't know. I trust me. I know what Tony. I want to know what Tony wants to say to the people, but in proper nonsensical nonsense order. Jeffrey, we're done with the show. What do we do now? What do you want to say?
Bye. That's my new one for 23. Sorry.
You remember when Chris said he took a stand and had his platform?
Chris is on my team. I just gotta say,
He did that.
bye.
Tony D. That's hard to follow. My man's in them. My brother from another mother of a different color. Let these assholes know one time, Tony D.
Think before you act is the best way to stay out of jail. Mother had you, mother made you, motherfucker.
Facts.
Those are the sweetest words ever uttered.
Sorry. Facts. Keep you out of jail. I like that, Tony. Can I steal that? I need to put that on my wall.
I've been telling kids that for years.
Where were you 20 years ago?
Probably heard me and ignored it like you were supposed to.
Yeah, I'll say you probably heard him and ignored him like you do both of us when we're telling you, Jeff, shut up. Jeff, shut up. Jeff, shut up.
Wait, take
Jeff,
it. Touche, gentlemen. Touche.
Jeff, I believe Tony and I have both looked at each other on this broadcast more times than we would like to count and gone, this motherfucker.
Touche.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, and the words of the champ, the one true champ, the champ, not the champ. Respect to Tony D, because Tony D's the champ. I'm the champ. Be good, or be good at it. Goodbye, motherfuckers.
Hit the button.
Hit the fucking button.
Hit the button. You know, there's two other guys that can hit the button.
This
That's not
motherfucker
me.
act like
And
ain't nobody.
we all know Tony D can hit the button.
Yo,
You want me